Howdy folks, what's up? Welcome back. It's been a while. Hooty woody woo! Welcome players!
Woo. Hello.
Woo! I'm just adjusting the volume a little bit. We got some new folks here in town. Yeah, we got some returning players. We got Yoris and Snow. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello. Doing good.
Hello.
Doing good.
Yeah, that's right. You guys can see them talking via the magic of internet stuff. And we've also got Shuya and Erhard here, who are two awesome people on our Discord. So, hey guys, welcome.
Hello.
Oof. We've got a really good grim mix today. We've got Dutch, we've got Russian, we've got German, we've got English, and we've got American. I think that's the perfect combo, if you ask me. The perfect recipe for trouble. A slight introduction to the campaign. Here it is. Watch the previous videos. There you go. Done. Without any further ado, I think, should we just get the show on the road? I'm not going to give you too much as to what to expect. This is basically a continuation of a previous campaign. Oh, heck, let's give you a little bit of info. So this is set 50 years on from the finale of the last Rat Pack campaign. And in terms of what has changed and what has happened, what's happened to the previous players and NPCs within the town, well, we'll just have to wait and see, and perhaps find out their fates. So, gentlemen, we begin today set in the town of Blutrock, just to the north of Tahme. Recently, you had all received a note with coin attached via personal messenger, who, for those of you that can't read the message to you, instructing you on this very day to head to the town of Blutrock, to a particular tavern, the Rusty Anchor on the edge of town, and to await the night cart. So, each of you within a tavern with about 15 to 20 individuals enjoying themselves, drinking. Those of you are not, you're not frequented with each other as of yet. So, each sat at your tables. One thing of import with your message came an item that you know to have belonged to an ancestor of yours. It could be a parent or grandparent, but it came with the messenger. And I should probably tell you what the message said. Other than to arrive here at this time and on this day, it simply followed that, oh, good lord! It said we're going to have a fucking showdown. Jesus, okay, that will happen from time to time. It said that it is of a matter most important. Now, gentlemen, let's go through you one by one and find out what item you were sent and what you are currently sat at your table with an ale or wine or spirit thinking about. So let's go through in no particular order. Let's start off with Ulbrich.
Alright, so his memorable item is a dwarven-made storm lantern with distinctive pattern on its protective enclosure. This pattern goes like a hammer engraved with twin-tailed comet, which also acts as a lead. And his grandfather used to illuminate his path on the roads during his travels. And subsequently, Alberic was able to recognize him once he was on the road to visit his grandson, which is Alberic.
Perfect. And I will tell you now, oil is available within the tavern for those that have coin, and there is a large jug behind the bar that a few of the local travellers have come in and out requesting a top-up. They normally exchange a few pennies, it would seem. How wealthy are you at the moment?
I'm at 0 on everything.
Understandable. It's up to you if you feel that you need a top-up, and if so, if you feel that you're able to get any somehow. I'll leave the choice with you, or whether you're just content at your table with your drink.
He will sit there right now for a moment and contemplate his past, the time he spent with his grandfather. when he had a chance.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, Friedrich, what item currently is within your hands at your lonely table?
It's the hammer of my grandfather, like a normal hammer for hammering nails. He always took good care of it, I know that, and he has his initials engraved in the wooden hilt. So, yeah, I'm probably just sitting there, staring at the hammer and the initials, thinking about my grandfather, how often I used to be at the site when he was working on some wood and using that hammer.
Apologies again for the music. On the leg of the wooden table you're sat at the moment, you do see a loose nail. And as the saying goes, anyone that has a hammer only sees nails, and, well, you found one that's loose. Is there a temptation?
Yeah, probably. Yes, yeah, probably.
Would you like to have a go at correcting it for your ancestors?
Yeah,
Now,
sure.
You may not have carpentry, but I'll just ask you for an average dexterity roll just to see what you can do.
Oh, well. Average set, yeah, okay.
Just average.
Oh, well.
Yep. The nail,
his thumb!
the nail bends round and kind of hooks in. It's still pretty loose and kind of hanging on, but you get the feeling the next person that's going to sit on this table is probably going to end up on their arse. But as to whether or not you alert the patron is entirely your choice. Now, moving on, down our list of beautiful players, we have Lanfried, if I pronounce that correctly.
You did indeed.
Tell me, sir, what currently is within your grasp and what you are contemplating.
Lanfried is named after his father, who married a lovely young lady who is the daughter of the famous, regionally famous Santiago of Talea, who is notorious for his efforts in saving a town just to the south of here. And Lanfried grew up always wondering what stories and truths that may have come out of, you know, his grandfather's adventures, and he worked for the then ruler of the town. It was a pretty dark time. The people who lived through it don't really talk much about it, but he received in the post an engraved mahogany shaving kit that belonged to his grandfather, and so he's sitting at the table looking around, waiting for the night cart, thinking he probably should buy himself a lantern too, giving the gentleman with the lantern a bit of a side eye, which is, it's a very nice lantern for a not terribly well nice dressed man, but it's gotten him thinking. And sort of reflexively, he's checking the contents of the kit and checking the razor to make sure it's still sharp, looking at the brushes. And by trade, of course, he shares his grandfather's profession, like most servants. So he's trying to double check everything to make sure that it's intact, but it's in remarkably good shape inside its little mahogany box.
Thank you. These songs will calm the fuck down once we've gone through the other 5 of them.
Use the global volume control.
I would, but now some will be high and some will be low. It's all under control, but every now and again you may get a jump scare. It's all part of the atmosphere and the technical problems of a first session. Yoris, sat there at your table, what currently is within your grasp and what are you contemplating?
My blacksmith from Nordland is holding an amulet. It is almost a mirror image of one he has on his neck, except the one on his neck has a symbol of Ulrich, and the one in his hand has a symbol of Tal. And he got it. He received it from his uncle, who is somewhere in the Reichland in a village called I can't really remember, something with starting with a T, Tame or something. And but he knows that it is in fact from his grandfather's brother, a bear of a man called Yeomund, who was also from town, he believes. And he's wondering why his uncle has sent this amulet to him, and asked him to come with a particular moment in time, as his father, so his uncle's brother, has recently died.
And how does he feel about that? Your character, that is.
His father taught him everything he knows, so he's sad about that, but he's a Nordlander, so he's Nordlander sad. He's slightly autistic. But he's intrigued by the mystery of this amulet that has been sent to him, because he was very fond of... Well, he's got all these strange memories and stories about Yeomund. So he's intrigued, mostly.
Okay. Now, within the centre of the room, there is a particular bard playing a stringed instrument of foreign make. Maybe you've heard of one from Tilia. He quietens the room for a moment and hushes everyone up. An awkward silence before he pulls out a bow and begins to strum. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you... He lifts his hat. The hat of Lord Somethingshausen. Me uncle. He pokes his finger through a hole in it. Let me tell ye the ballad of the time that me uncle saved the town of Tahme. Having a cannonball bounce from his head, he single-handedly rowed the boat. That's right, all 40 feet of it, back to Blutrock as only a Blutrockian could. The crowd cheer, presumably the local ones at least. And at that point he sort of bursts into a solo for a few minutes. This is interrupted, however, by a pretty loud knock on the door and it being kicked open. Well, I'm going to need one of you to roll a d20 for me to find out.
I will roll.
Go right ahead, sir. 16. Fantastic. This gentleman peers his head inside the door after a rather awkward knock and kick. I'm looking for an old brick of Friedrich Landfried in the Yoris. All aboard the night cart, choo-choo.
What did you mention?
You coming on the night cart? I'm looking for an old brick of Friedrich Landfried in the Yoris.
My name is Joris. I don't know the other names.
Your ticket's paid for, come on. And starts just looking around the room, be like, you Friedrich? Are you Friedrich?
No, it's me.
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah, right from way back. No, I'm Friedrich.
Right, you're coming on a night cart, let's go.
Yeah, sure.
He basically rounds up the four of you as soon as he realises each of you cotton onto your name, and just proceeds to walk outside with very few other words until you are faced with his cart outside. It's rugged. It looks like a wheel. Well, he's actually carrying one of the wheels. Some minor repairs needed, but should be good to go in a minute. One of you can help lift it up. Maybe two of yous.
Yeah, sure, I can help. Can I ask for your name, sir?
The name's
Would like to know.
Clemens. Well, Clemens really, but most folks just call me Cleanmas.
Clean mess? Okay.
Yep, Clemens. I've been saying, oh shoot. So as you have volunteered to start lifting the cart, as you go to start lifting it, he drops the wheel and picks out a note from his pocket. I've been instructed to read this to you. My reading real good. I've been instructed to take you, to give you a cart and safe passage over the smuggler's route, which is over there. Points off sort of just into the thick of the woods, under the cover of nightfall, on account of it being essential that your arrival in town before midnight is not noticed, because because it says so. And I've been instructed as well to give you one of these. He whistles, and out of the back of the cart, a lamb pokes its head up. I'm going to ask one of you, Snow, do you mind rolling me a d3? Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Where are you? Where are you? I will find you. Perfect. One of these pokes its head up from the back of the cart. A cute little grey-coloured, slightly off-white lamb. Maybe it's just dirt, soot and coal, or black powder. But it pokes its head up and kind of just looks around in a very particular cute manner. It's currently bound to the cart via a rope around its neck. That's for you, according to the letter. You're just supposed to have one of these.
Like all four of us, or one particular one?
No, it's just for you to take with you. And well, that's about it. Apparently, it's thoroughly important that once you arrive at the festival, you are to enjoy it. And when you finish enjoying it, apparently you should go to the rat hole, which would be some sort of suitable lodgings for you, or at least affordable. So it says.
That sounds pretty straightforward. It must be a sacrificial lamb, but kind of weird before nightfall and all. But sure.
Well, then we
Why
should
not?
get the wagon rolling, right? We should need the wheel on the wagon then.
Yeah.
Well, I will help lift it.
I'll have
I'll be sure join in.
whoever's doing it, however many of you like. Just a challenging strength from each of you. I need 3 SL in total. Relatively
I'm gonna
easy.
try to help.
Hmm.
Oh, well.
Challenging strength.
Challenging.
It's not detecting my roll. I don't know why.
Yeah, neither mine is showing up.
It's just not going through.
Just
Technical issues.
not going through at all. Excellent.
Oh, let's see how we go.
Absolutely excellent.
So I do not add anything. I'll put it that way. Just comparing
Okay, we'll just roll D100s for now.
I
when we have a break,
myself.
we'll restart and we'll figure something out.
Yep, I'm not helping at all.
Yeah, apparently all of you are making matters far worse.
I'm pulling the wheel away.
I don't know that I'm
Oh, you
making
mean-
anything worse. I'm just not helping.
Oh, you mean we should lift it up? I thought lift it down.
Yeah,
Okay,
I lifted
good.
it up. Yeah, I got my wheel over here.
No.
Rests the wheel against his groin and just kind of starts shimmying it across the ground toward you, and then realizes he could actually roll it. Turns it sideways and starts rolling it. Yeah, that's right. The wheels go to roll. Yep. Yep. All right. He's going to help too because by the looks of it, you really need it.
Well, maybe if we pull the cart a little bit further.
Never mind, I
around
got it. Apparently, the guy is strong as an ox. He just kind
I
of
guess.
butts between you, like uses his
Good
hips to
gracious.
shove you all out the way. Like, yep, I got it.
Oh, so you lift with your back. I see.
Ah,
Yeah, you got it like jerking like this, like that. Yep. Now give it a little foot like that. Yep.
I'm racking my brain right now to see if I have any recollection of anything about this festival or anything involving why we might need a lamb. I'm
do you have a
immediately
law
suspicious.
Reichland or a law local?
I do indeed. However, as you can see from my dice roll, I don't even know. No, worse than that. I think I know what this is, and I am completely wrong.
Maybe.
So-
Yeah, maybe you've got to take the lamb to the festival to be sacrificed there. Maybe.
Yeah, that maybe this is this one of the old Tallite ritual? I don't know. I'm
Something that you will
muttering to
know,
myself.
regardless of role, is that your family history is entwined with a burning of Tahme, and this festival, this carnival, is related to that. So that's about as.
Yeah, I probably have everything else about it completely wrong,
Yes.
judging from that roll.
Yes. But, on the plus side, you have a working cart. All right, boys. Nice seeing you. Good luck. He just goes inside the tavern. Oh, no. He opens the door again. Right there in the middle. Yep. Take the road. Go straight ahead. Carry on going straight ahead. Just follow the path. You'll be fine. Good luck.
It is unusual.
I look at him. I look at
You're
the
not-
cart.
I
I look
thought
at the
you
darkening
read the
sky.
Does anyone knows how to use that thing?
Well, I did
what-
some car driving, but
In theory, I know, yes.
I kind of raise my hand slowly. I have driven carts before. I'll drive it. But I'm looking at the sky. I don't know what your experiences are with moving around at night, but I was under the impression we would have a driver. He pauses, looks up. What does the sky look like, Hydra?
It's not more sleep. Well,
What?
not too more sleep. It's not like a really strong green. Oh.
I look over at the gentleman with the lantern. Do you have oil for that?
I don't.
I flip him a coin of a single silver. Give him that. Get some.
That'll do.
Okay.
And he gets about and walks back to the tavern, looking for someone to provide him with oil.
I will
Easily done,
inspect
basically.
my cart.
You basically toss the penny to, or toss the what do they call the 1 silver? A bob.
That's brass, I guess.
Yeah, penny. Yeah, you toss the silver piece behind the bar, and you just basically dip in your collection jug, fill it up, pour it in. You're good to go. You're just given a brief nod and a tip of the hat.
So I'm gonna make sure that the cart, other than having a broken wheel, is in decent shape. What I roll for that drive, I guess. I'm not a cartwright, so
Yeah.
well, actually, my dude is doing that also.
Okay. I'd say drive or evaluate
Well, I'd like to use carpentry.
to look for
Oh,
different
hey,
things.
that's even better.
Carpentry's cool. I like that too. Average carpentry. They might all tell you different things, but I like the idea of law carpentry being the new plants.
yes.
And he notices that you are also looking over the card. So, Friedrich was it Lansfield? What was your name?
Lawnfree.
Yes. What do you make of this card? I mean, the wheel just fell off. Seems okay now. I mean,
I would be a +1 success, I believe. Yes, +20. Yep. I'd be at just passing 1 success.
You've seen worse.
this was
Fair enough.
Was it average or challenging or?
It was average.
Challenging?
It was average.
Oh, then it's still a hard film for me, of course.
It's still pretty bad.
It's only -4.
Yeah, still not great.
I was distracted.
I kind of kick the wheels, you know, like I know what I'm doing when I really don't. But it appears to not fall off when I kick it. So that's I guess all you can ask.
Yeah. The mule also seems quite kind of stoically calm, just kind of sitting there chilling.
Looks still good metal. There's no rust on it, but.
Nod.
Door of the tavern opens again. I nearly forgot. Yep. Beware the stones. Yeah.
What?
What was
stones?
exactly?
Beware the stones.
Where are the stones? Okay, actually.
Looking
I
around.
know what that is.
Are there just? I'm gonna go like around the back, look inside the wagon where the lamp was poking out. Is there any stones there?
So
He puts his hands on his hips with his hands caught in like, "Not nay, damn Egypt."
I may actually know about the stones. At least I know that they exist.
He just starts tapping his head like, "Don't be driving into no stones, otherwise you're gonna break your wheel and you're gonna be dead."
At 2 successes on a challenging lore Reichland, do I have any clue what this guy's talking about?
Your mind briefly drifted to like rumors of stone circles in the woods that were like old folklore of the area, but then it just seems like the guy's just simply referring to drive carefully, because if you hit a large stone, your wheel might come off and then you're fucked.
Clearly. Okay, I give him a kind of a nod and, you know, just vague hand gestures.
Gives you a thumbs up. Beware the stones. Good luck. Oh, I nearly forgot. There's a man that's going to meet you over there. Yup. Don't know what he looked like yet. Nope, not met him. If you would give the horse and the cart to him, he'll take all good care of you and stuff.
What's his name?
I don't know. He going to meet you in the wood. I don't know. He says it on the letter right here. See? Just like
He's
puts.
gonna meet
Are
us
any
in
of
the
us
wood.
literate? Are
It's a
any
very
of us
good
literate?
question.
I'm not. I don't think any
None
of us
of you are
literate.
literate. Okay.
No, my zealot is literate. He can
Oh,
read
you are
and
literate.
write.
That's right. Okay.
Oh, wow.
What
Okay.
does it say?
So he hands it over to you because he's just like, yeah, take it. It's far more eloquently written than it was spoken. It is very politely asking him to provide safe passage for you via the smuggler's route, to head to the northern side of town to meet an individual who will be waiting by a tree. They will know you when they see you, and vice versa. It is of the utmost importance that you do not brush with the officials or any tax keepers that are making documentation, as your presence within the town will most likely not be welcomed by the authorities. And then again, it instructs that you, and it puts this in kind of quotations, enjoy the festival to the best of your abilities, and suitable lodgings would probably be the rat hole. However, the tavern is currently does currently have inhabitants, but he suggests you negotiate with them for a fair price.
And is the letter signed in any way?
No, but the handwriting is exquisite, like perfect.
Well, that's all
I look over
very
at the
mysterious and
zealot.
ominous.
I'm more and
it
more
like-
curious about the zealot, by the way, because he's a guy dressed in rags that can read, which sends my servant senses tingling.
This is getting pretty grim and pretty dark already if the zealot can read and no one else can.
I can actually, but
Okay.
yeah. What I would like to ask is it like the same handwriting that was on the note that
Yes, it is.
was the reason we came here? Okay, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Well, it seems to be the same one that sent us here, right? So
You were sent here? You were sent for?
yeah, sent for, yeah.
Well,
As
that
was
is,
I.
that is
Indeed, and as I am.
But where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Nuln.
I am from Votsenveld. That is near Salzamund.
I have some recognition.
I've come from Schrabwald. It's not far from Boenhaven.
I'm from Bogenhofen, prop.
You seem to be from all over the place.
Indeed.
Yes, yes.
And yet we have something in common.
Yeah, being sent for by a mysterious person, and I still don't know why I actually followed it. Maybe we should just run away with the new wagon of ours.
By the way, with the letter I received this item, and did you also receive anything?
I silently hold up the box that I was given.
I got this from my uncle. It's a symbol of Tal.
Yes, I got the hammer of my grandfather.
My grandfather's shaving kit.
And I have my grandfather's lantern, and he had some history with Tahme, as I heard. So I have intention to actually follow the instructions and visit the town because I do want to know what is it about.
Yes, maybe we should hurry then, because I don't know how it is where you are from, but the later it gets, the more dangerous the road gets. So
I nod, jumping up into the driver's seat.
Is there enough space for a second passenger on the driver's seat? Because
Yep.
Well,
I'll go there with my lantern.
Two at the front.
good old farm cart.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Lamp.
Just a lamb in the back. It's quite cute and cuddly and affectionate. It looks like it's been shorn relatively recently, like fairly trim fur, and is glad for the company. As you climb in, it just sort of leaps onto your lap and starts sort of giving you some licks and some kind of inquisitive looks.
Oh, that lamb is gonna have a terrible end. All right.
You really think that it's gonna be slaughtered and as a tribute to something?
I don't. I'm trying to think of it, my character's knowledge. I think he's concerned that it might be needed. Either that, or we're using it to pay the thief to get in, or frankly, judging that he's done this more than once, it might be the thing that you throw to make sure that you're the faster object trying to get away from something. It's a literally a sacrificial lamb in the sense of chuck it and hope that the bear, beast man, whatever, eats it first and leaves you alone while you drive your cart away
The door
in a
bursts
really big
open
hurry.
again from the tavern. The guys come out now with like two drinks in his hand. No, I nearly forgot again. Darn it, my memory going. What was that thing again? Oh, darn it! It's just like stomps the floor, spills half of his drink. Well, oh, that was it. If you see Mary over in the woods, yep. There's a tasty gold. There's a tasty bounty on her head. 50 gold crown. Mm-hmm.
Mary.
Yep, Mary.
I don't know who Mary is. Who is Mary?
I don't know. Says you're on the other note I got.
I look to the two people that can read again.
It didn't say that in the note, right?
Yeah, this is another note. Yes, in his pocket.
You got another note, Clement?
I got like I keep all of my notes. Yep.
Can I see the other note?
Yep, I got a whole bunch of them right here. He pulls out
yeah.
a bunch of others. There's like things he's supposed to remember.
Okay, can I have a look through them?
You know,
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I need to remember all those, so I'm going to need them back.
Can you even read, Clemens?
Well, a little bit.
he read earlier.
I can make out your big.
I thought that he remembered what it was supposed
No, I mean,
to say.
I was surprised that he appeared to
He
be
gets
able
a
to
little
read
offended
earlier.
by that. I read you the damn letter, and I sometimes
sure.
get confused with the T's and the I's, but they all look real similar
no.
like. all too straight. Anyway, so he gives you like these are scruffy handwritings. One of them is like, "Don't take this path anymore. It's not safe." Another one's, "Must get more ale." Lots of mean.
Don't take this path anymore. Is it the path we're going down?
Yeah,
or is it just like a? Is it like note to self?
Does one not say something about a path?
No, I'm just gonna see. I'm not saying anything. I'm just kind of. I'm really thinking hard about my life choices right now.
Yeah, one of them is basically, Cletus, stop taking the path. You'll die.
What path is it that is mentioned in this note here that you're supposed to remember?
Oh,
and this other note that's also saying the same thing.
It's that one up there. Well, that's why I'm going inside. Duh.
Of course.
Okay.
I look at the lantern, and I'm really glad in this moment that at least it's a solid storm lantern and not just like a torch.
Don't forget to get more ale.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, the note about Mary. While I'm contemplating my
right. The
bad life.
Yeah, it just says Mary loves lambs.
What is Mary
Delightful.
exactly claiming?
I would say Mary's more like a who. I ain't ever met her. It just says so on the paper.
Well,
I nod to myself.
Anyway, one oldie question. Get your dip jab. And he just smacks the horse's ass.
Here,
We're in the cart,
don't forget
so-
your notes. You're gonna forget them.
Oh no, I forgot my note. Starts chasing after, like scrambling after the anyone's that have fallen loose. But he's giving your horse a big smack on the arse right now. It's like you're moving with good gusto. Okay, bye now.
I'm in the back of the cart with the lamb, and I'd like to give it a good look over to see if maybe it's got any extra legs or diseases or anything.
Sure. Do you have animal care or anything?
Yep.
Easy.
Easy. Right.
Yeah, it's quite affectionate, and as you like lift its paw up, it like rolls on its back. It's kind of a little bit feline in nature. It's playful and young. As they are. Yeah, it seems to be, if anything, quite a good specimen, like quite expensive, and the hair the wool is like very neatly trimmed, very neatly. A lot of care has gone into it.
That looks nice.
So I'm gonna attempt to stick to this route.
I'll have an easy drive test from you, please, to begin with. This is just to make it to the tree line.
Yeah.
And the horse is already doing the work for you.
Right, exactly. Can I figure out what this donkey needs to steer?
Yep. Yeah, give me an easy. Do you have a drive?
I do.
Yeah, let's have an easy drive. Oh, hell
I
yeah.
hope so.
Okay.
I am metal.
You and the horse
I am
bombed
a god.
very quickly. You like just. It reminds you of one you've maybe as a child you worked with, and it was just like whatever you wanted it to do, it did, and it was just easy. And all the other horses you've seen since have been kind of dicks. This one though, it's on the same wavelength as you. Maybe it's from the same province or something. But that'll give you a bonus on future rolls, so nicely done.
Oh, thank goodness.
You make it to the tree line. It's the Reichwald. It's a thick, dark, deep forest. I'm going to ask for a roll 1d20 from anyone who wants to volunteer.
Sure.
So 6. Okay. I just had to look. We're going to go. Bear with me a second as we load one. Very nice. Let's get that damn token out of the way. Right. You maybe 5 minutes pass. You get into the thick of the woods. The path is fairly clear, though, fortunately. But something that does kind of strike you as being out of the ordinary, at the very least, is the fact that some of the pine trees are now crooked rather than straight. Maybe 1 in 10, 1 in 20 are growing in some twisted, spiralling pattern. Now,
yeah, I'm going to be looking really closely around us as the trees kind of turn. I am a city person. I do not trust being out here in the middle of nowhere at night.
Mm-hmm.
If this wasn't answers to questions I've had my whole life, I would not be here.
Okay. You can roll me a perception test as you have a look around. It's going to be challenging, just given but fine, you can be really good at it.
I'm just, no, lucky, not good. Perception, that will be, based on that, it's going to be 3 successes.
Okay. Every now and again, your paranoia brings your mind to what you think could have been a voice to your left, then to your right moments later. They're kind of spaced out, but it's at that point where you're like, is my mind playing tricks on me, or is this just kind of generally creepy? There's just a bit of moonlight providing, well, a reasonable amount of light at the moment, but it's still... There's sufficient reason to be uncomfortable, and whatever omen that those trees are puts you on edge. I'll ask the rest of you gentlemen what you are up to during this journey, which most cart journeys would take at least a couple of hours, probably at Arnside more.
Alberic will be sitting in the front, holding his lantern and fiddling with his amulets on his neck.
Okay.
Trying to stay cool and relaxed, but inside he is praying to his patron god for protection.
Okay.
Is it
Maybe-
obvious to the rest of us what your patron god is? Like, what do you look like? I mean, obviously there's the token, which gives us a sense, but like, do you have obvious signs of your patron god, or are you just?
Well, yeah, you probably might put together that he was worshipping more, and judging by, the fact that he's wearing a sack with some bits of bones to it that in fashion that resemble a skull, and that sack is adorned with raven feathers, and he has a necklace around his neck with 2 poorly made amulets, one in shape of a doorway and another one is a bird.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
pretty clear giveaway of his...
Nothing like driving through the night with a death cultist next to you. I think my character is feeling more and more like it's one of those, like, we're already in, but I'm gonna practice my stiff upper lip and die with dignity, considering that I'm looking around like, well, we are not the kind of people that need to be out here in the middle of the night right now.
I'm going to ask for 1 more d20 from the volunteer, please.
Sure.
What have we got? 18. Peculiar. There is a strange shrine, not on the path you were heading along, but just sort of directly off to your left, that seems to have quite a few candles lit by it. It has tall pointed spires on top and looks pretty damn creepy. It instantly captures your attention, Lanfried. You cannot miss it.
Does it look familiar in any way, or is it just sort of a nondescript shrine?
It's just give me an average perception. This is without you getting close, just to kind of pluck out some details.
Average, that would be 1 success.
Thank you. It looks odd. It's hard to kind of put your finger on it, but it doesn't look like a god shrine that you recognize.
I'm thinking to myself, let me do a, what do I do? Roll. I think we've been moving the whole night. Oh yeah, no, I think it's a great idea. So what I'm gonna do is holler back to everybody in the seats behind us. Said, "There's a shrine coming up," and I kind of gesture to it. If we should take a break, relieve ourselves, and then keep moving on. But in my experience, traveling shrines are usually safe because I rolled an 85 out of 100.
Seems pretty safe, Yoris.
Yep. Seems safe.
Nothing around, and all very quiet. If anything, the fact that the fog is so still would seem to indicate that you're definitely alone.
Well, it has some light, so maybe someone is there.
Yeah. We can at least take a break for a moment, and then stretch legs for a minute or two, and then head on our way.
Yeah.
Use the facilities.
Does Albert recognize a shrine? Or can put together with what religion it might refer to?
Do you have any skill related to?
Well, I have lore more.
Well, let's roll that for a starter. Let's go for an average roll for that. I'll give you for free that it's... Well, never mind. This isn't more. I'm not exactly sure if it's even human. Yep, definitely not a human god. Maybe an elf god?
I don't think we should stop here, because the shrine doesn't look like it's made by humans or human deities.
Definitely an elf god.
That kind of I look to the side. Elves.
Ooh.
I mean, it's clearly not beastmen or orcs, because we know that whatever they do, it doesn't look like, well, buildings, for starters.
Yeah.
My dude is really on edge the whole time, flexing his muscles, and he's basically a scaredy cat. So all the things you are saying, it gets him more and more tense and visibly. So.
Okay.
And do we have the need to stop? I mean, we could just drive on, right? If maybe they are not that happy to have
he
visitors.
Says it's not human, that immediately makes me just want to keep moving. I'm like, oh, maybe that was a terrible idea. All right.
Back to the main road.
Yep.
It's maybe
I ain't messing with it.
maybe a little faster.
Okay.
I look at the mule. I look at the terrain. Well, maybe we can try that. See if I can get us going a little bit faster.
Sure. Let's just have an average drive from you now to see how
Let's see if this worked.
the remainder of the journey goes.
Oh, I did roll this time. Excellent.
Marvelous. Okay, passable.
Kind of normal.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
necessarily
drive us on the
easy.
road.
Like, and sure enough, you do see some rather large. Like, this is not a natural path. This just seems to be kind of like something infrequently travelled and never maintained. So there's branches down every now and again. There's the occasional stone that you have to kind of swerve the cart around. It's hard work at least, but you're kind of hanging in. You're coping. I'll ask for one more d20, please. And we're roughly about 30 to 40 minutes away from the shrine now, and gradually feel a little easier. Yoris, the lamb picks up on your emotional tension and kind of like nuzzles in a little bit and attempts to befriend itself to you.
Holding it and petting it as a teddy bear.
It occasionally does that kind of weird, like, lip licking to try and, like, lick at you, despite the fact you're a foot away from it. It's, yeah, it's quite adorable.
We're the bravest people who ever traveled a road.
Well, you're sensible, though.
Well,
you're not dead yet.
yeah.
Success in my book.
This is Warhammer, kids.
The path takes a little bit more of a twisted turn now. If it actually just forks, but there's absolutely no indication as to which way to go, which one is more travelled. At least not that you can immediately see. And to make matters worse, the fog feels a little bit thicker now. The shadow's a little bit darker, and the moonlight is waning.
I actually do have some degree of outdoor survival knowledge, but
Sure.
there might be, or this would be navigation probably
I
instead.
think, yeah, navigation. I mean, every now and again you'll have a brief little look at the stars, and you might be able to come up with something. So we're going to go challenging though, because we're on a foggy night in the middle of the woods.
Alrighty.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well done.
Well,
The left is likely the shorter of the path. It's the right looks like it's going to kind of hook around a little bit more. You get that intuition in your head that both of these probably join back up again fairly soon after, and it's just really there to just cause anxiety to people unnecessarily.
yeah, that's one thing I don't need more of in my life, so I'm going to stick to the shorter path.
And you do. And you move. And you carry on for a good, I would say, half hour before I'll ask anyone who is feeling paranoid to roll a challenging perception test.
Oh. Well, whoever that was is really...
Yeah,
They're either
two
jumping at
percentage
shadows or... Hold on.
What should I roll on a
A
perception?
challenging perception, please.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling paranoid.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm paranoid, but it's not helping me.
It is...
Hey, somebody.
It is Joris, who, while cuddling that little lamb, for a brief second, it sounds like the lamb was talking to you. Just a little bit. I'm going to make that a tiny bit quieter for you, though, just for the sake of your ears and your sanity, but... You kind of move your head down to the lamb, not coming from there. It's coming from the woods, but it's non-directional, at least in terms of what you can pick up.
Do you hear that? Do you hear
Sorry,
that?
what?
When he says, "Do you hear that?" all I do is kind of loosen the very long knife in its scabbard that I have. I just reflexively am like, okay, what's gonna eat us? I don't like being outside at night.
Something is whispering.
Aldrich will try to stand up with his lantern held high and illuminate as much as he can around us.
Okay. You can just bear with me one moment. You hold up your lantern and have a thorough look all around you. The whispering gradually over the course of sort of a minute gets a little louder and actually sounds more like a conversation between two different people or two different things. As it's getting louder, you see behind you two faint lights. They're kind of catching a reflection of your storm lantern. It's very faint, but it is not losing ground at current pace. It is gaining ground. You probably have about 20 seconds before it's within 20 yards and you can see it.
He'll point it that way and say, "There, we are being chased." Or at least at least somebody is behind us.
I look over my shoulder very, very abruptly.
You catch a little reflection every now and again, and as the two of you kind of sat there focusing, a slight shadow, probably for a moment it looks like another cart behind you. There's no cart wheels, but it's a similar sort of size, and it is very difficult to make out what it is, but every now and again there are a couple of sort of shimmering reflections. But it's coming towards you. And one thing that becomes more noticeable is the whispers start shifting to a fairly soft melodic song, but a creepy one. At the moment you can make it out as like a very faint hum.
I'm going to attempt to coax a little bit more speed out of my mule friend here, because I absolutely failed my cool test.
Sure.
I don't know that I'm panicking, but I'm not. Not panicking. There we go.
We're going to be now under the cover of darkness. We're now going to be on a challenging test, because you're going to now push past your comfort zone, which is where you're currently at. We're definitely
no, it's not good. I may use a fate there, or not fate, a fortune.
A fortune
yeah,
reroll.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay, Yoris is not feeling happy.
Not as apocalyptically bad.
Okay, the good news is your wheel doesn't fall off. That's the good news, because the -6 was going to be a stranded cart in the middle of the woods. So well done for keeping your wheel. However, there is a large bump. So basically, as you do a quick crack of crap, Yoris is doing a quick crap. As you do a quick crack of the whip. There is a large jolt as the wheel kind of bounds over a fortunately fairly smooth rock, but gives you just a firm jump up in the air, and most likely startles all of you.
Yo, what was that?
Also makes a lot of noise, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's going to be a very loud, like, crash and creak, and for a second you're asking yourself if this cart is going to make it or not. And it's alive, but it does cause the momentum of the cart to slow down for a few moments, and this shadow becomes larger. At which point the singing is slightly more. Should we have a break now? Oh no, let's carry on for a minute. Go on then. We'll have a halfway break instead of cutting into thirds. So, softly in the distance. Harry wants a little lamb. Yes, I want it. Rather disgusting. Rather terrifying. The shadow becomes somewhat visible. Something seems to be sitting on top of what looks like a spider, that is roughly the size of your cart.
Okay, so that's what the lamp is for.
I look over at the only person who's obviously armed, and I'm looking over at my small little knife, and I look over at the spider, and then I look to the zealot, and I'm kind of just staring at him with big wide eyes.
I'm going to ask a fear test of anyone that's seen it, just to kind of help influence your reaction.
Yes.
What is fear again?
A challenging cool test, please.
Cool test.
It's behind us, so.
Yep.
Right, so I'm looking at.
Rolled 22, so it's
wow.
success for me.
Okay. Wow.
Oh,
He
I
holds
keep
it
my cool.
together.
Thank
Okay.
goodness.
So you guys can make a rational decision, all three of you. Okay. What do you do?
It seems like that is the point where we have to put like a cut-free lamp, right, and throw it overboard, right?
I mean, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, maybe that's what the lamb is for.
Yes, and I'm gonna take out my knife and cut the rope of the lamp.
I'm holding it.
Yep, Norris is currently cuddling it.
And I'm basically holding it so tight that it's the mice of men situation.
Oh no, it's making horrible squeaky noises.
Just kill it. Or kill it,
Hey,
I don't know.
cool down and just let it fly, I'd say. Just throw it.
What?
Out.
No, it's a little lamb. Don't you know? You cannot just abandon this lamb.
Yeah,
I look over
that's
at
that,
the-
but
at
that
the
is not
cell.
but that over there is not a little spider, so I'm kind of worried for my life here and everything.
Is it increasing its speed or anything when it notices? Because if we can see it, it can see us. Like, is
It's
it
following you at
faster?
a steady pace, just kind of, just keeping up with you, but like a.
Well,
would say
I look.
If it were a horse
no.
and it were to be loose, it could probably get to you in 5 to 10 seconds. It could quite quickly
Which means that if
catch
it
up
really
with you.
wants to get to us, it can get to us much quicker than that.
Yeah, it seems to be quite contentedly sitting at the pace that you are and singing.
I'm just gonna keep driving and pretend that this isn't happening. That's how I'm gonna deal with
It's a
it. Well,
coping
you know,
mechanism.
actually, with hey man, denial. What I'm gonna do is why everyone in the Empire doesn't claw their eyes out. What I'm gonna do, actually, scratch that. I'm gonna look at the zealot and motion to the lantern. Do we have extra lamp oil for that?
You've got a full
Unlikely.
cup of it, so
Okay. Yeah, I kind of look at the oil, look at the zealot, look behind me at the giant spider. I'm hoping he's picking up what I'm putting down.
No, he's not bright.
Oh, no.
Instead, he's going to scream at the guys at the back, drop the fucking lamb. I'm not yet ready to visit Gardens of Moor, and I think you as well.
Oh
Yep.
no, I
Throw the fucking lamp overboard.
My dude is from a village where people survive on livestock and such. So the lamb is a thing of very high value to him.
yes.
So he is holding on to it. You're all crazy. Just drive faster.
I think about the last time I tried to drive faster, and I'm like, not in this light. I'm driving as fast as I can into the light we've got.
Could I like try to get the lamp from him?
I mean, you can try.
Yeah, I would like to try that. Give me the fucking lamp!
Oh god, here's where one of my players gets kicked overboard instead.
Have you seen
That'd be really funny.
Have you seen the portrait of my dude? That's what he looks
Yeah,
like.
no, I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
exactly what's about to happen.
So yeah, you may not have seen the size of the blacksmith. He's kind of
He's
built.
not a small person.
He's built. Good luck. Is basically
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So you can both make a I'm sorry to make this challenging, but it's going to be challenging for the aggressor and average for the defender because you've already got a hold of it, and all you've got to do is squeeze. So
Oh no, poor lamb.
just
Can I help?
sure, I'll give him a bonus. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, I mean, by all means, try to help. It does seem. Well, good luck is basically.
I'm gonna grab the. If he's like both of them are kind of scrambling in the back, I'm gonna take my offhand and grab the storm lantern so that it doesn't fall over or anything. So I've got it up while they're scrambling around fighting each other in the back.
Give the goddamn lamb.
Just go away. Just throw something at it. I don't know. Throw the lantern. It's fire. It will scare the spider.
Nah.
Nah. Nah.
It is evident you cannot release the lamb from his grasp, and the singing gets a little louder.
He's more holding the lamb for his own comfort than protection of the lamb, actually.
The second voice is now a little bit more audible and keeps repeating, "I can smell lamb. Juicy. Once it gives. Keeps." So that's happening.
Wonderful.
Gentlemen, what's happening?
Oh dear.
We have a Mexican standoff here.
What
but
kind
with no
of
guns, then a lamb in the middle.
Oh no, the lamb.
Kinda tempted to use my hammer. But
You've got congratulations, sir. You've got your player characters trying to kill each other in the first section.
yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna take out my hammer. Give me the lamp, or you're gonna get the hammer.
My guy will shout very loudly. What?
Yeah, I didn't understand the thing there.
I was gonna say,
For
his builder
everyone.
got it.
Yeah, it kind of silenced you there, but if you were shouting,
Get away!
Get away. Okay. Yeah.
okay. Make a cool test and make an intimidate test. Both challenging.
With intimidate with strength or toughness or
Like,
I don't drop the lantern. That's great. I don't light our cart on fire.
Your choice.
I will intimidate with. Yeah, he's flexing his muscles and shaking his fists, so probably strength. Challenging?
Yes.
So who rolls what? I have to roll a cool test, you said?
No, a big dude holding a lamb is not so very intimidating.
Yeah, it's very hard to be intimidated of a guy that's cuddling a lamb while shouting at you. It's kind of a weird image. We're still at a pause.
Look, pal. What do you value more? Your life or life of this lamb?
Well, look, this lamb is important. You can clearly see it. It's well kept and well groomed, and it's fit and healthy. And we were supposed to deliver it somewhere. So, I don't know, we are all here and sent on this mission. This lamb is part of it. It's
I'm
weird.
pretty sure we can get any other lamb.
Not one like this. Maybe where you are from they don't have lambs, but this is like the top specimen.
Lamp is for the fucking spider that's running after us. I'm pretty sure that is the mentioned Mary.
Yes, but he said do not give it to Mary.
Did it say that? Didn't it just say that
What did it say?
Mary likes lamb?
It is give lamb to Mary.
Mary likes lambs. Mary loves lambs. It's quite evident from the chanting that's behind your carriage. Yoris, I'm going to give you... If you had a corruption point, I would give you an opportunity to remove it. Instead, I'm willing to barter with you as a dark god. I would allow you to skip your next 2 corruption points if you kill the horse.
Oh, the horse?
The temptation is there, thinking, well, we kill the horse, and then you can just
Escape with the lamb.
then just run with the lamb, right?
Right.
I'm just saying that it's a thought.
Wonderful.
Not necessarily a helpful one. But it is a
No.
thought. I tell
The
you
horse
what,
is his way out of there.
I'm going to say we take a 5-minute breather now. And then we return for whatever hell happens next. Whether it be I don't want to anticipate. I'm quite nervous. All right, see you in 5 minutes, folks. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is fun. Players, you have something riding a giant something with 8 legs that looks and rhymes with spooder. And it's currently singing to you about how much it wants your juicy, juicy lamb. So, what are you doing?
I'll go first. I am scrambling around looking for flammable material that I can kind of... I let go of I kind of wrap the reins really quickly, and I am scrambling around looking for something that I can pour some lamp oil on to make more burning.
Okay. With a +0, the plank on that's kind of the left border of the cart is a bit loose and has some rope attached around it that's currently like holding it in place. So your health and safety record's going to go down. It's going to be a lot easier to fall out of it, but you could have a flaming plank basically.
I begin to, but they're all bickering right now over the lamb. I'm looking around like, oh god, what are we gonna do?
Okay. Who's driving? Or is this
well,
while...
I mean, I have the rein in like one hand.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm like yanking on the plank at the same time.
Okay, yeah, you're going to need 2 hands to fashion a torch, but you've seen it, you've clocked it, it's doable. Okay. What else is happening, guys?
Albert will pull his mask from his head and look dead in the eye into blacksmith's eye and say, "Look, if you leave this lamp here, I think it would be a good time for me to say the final words before we get eaten by the spider. So it's your choice, actually. You ready to receive your last farewell into the garden of the moor? Or it is up for the other day?" I suppose it was my attempt to charm or persuade him.
Yep.
Sure. Okay, let's roll away. It's a pretty convincing argument. It's up to you, Joris, as to whether you want to roll or whether you want to go with it.
Success for me.
Yeah, I'll roll. I think it's cool what you rolled to resist charm, right?
Yeah,
I'll
cool.
Roll just to see. I've already decided what happens. But he looks into your eyes and your entourage, your accoutrement. He's a brutal guy. He's a peasant, superstitious, and confronted with what he now considers the living image of Moor. He blank-faced stare, gives you sort of sad also, hands you over the lamb very delicately.
He grabs it straight away, says, "May Moor protect you," and chucks it out of the cart.
Roll a agility test, Joris. The lamb has your agility roll. This is just for its landing.
Agility.
Challenging agility test.
Yep.
Okay. It kind of bounces twice, getting quite close to the spider, and at which point you can hear like a "Yes, juicy." And just roll me a D100, Joris, to see how fast that little lamb can run.
D100.
Oh, that's not a 1.
Okay. I think we'll leave the lamb's fate ominous, as it basically looks behind it to be like, is this a new friend I can lick? Oh no, a giant spider! And just like leaps into a bush to run away. The spider does that kind of like playful cat pose where it kind of just leans back on itself a little bit before then springing forwards. And there's not too much noise afterwards other than just lots of conversation between these two whispering entities. Oof. Cool as a cucumber.
Oh no, that was a character decision. After experiencing that, he's thinking about the stories of his grandfather and how his grandfather slew a dragon with a candlestick, which is clearly what happened. And he's like, there's some part of him that's sort of like, I'll come back and find you, you know, kind of thing. Like he's looking over his shoulder, like, one day I will come back for you, Mary. I'm trying to figure out what kind of brain damage this did to him.
Yeah. Well, it's.
And that's the I'll come back and kill it later brain damage.
Fair enough. Well, we can get rid of that token now. What I will say is that you hear the chase going on to the point you do not hear a conclusion. The SLs are too close. So the lamb's fate will remain unknown, and that's a plot thread for another time, perhaps.
It will haunt my dreams.
Such is the way of Warhammer. I'm going to ask for one more d20, please. From... There we go. That's good. I was just going to pluck a name in case, but... kind of... very similar to where you were before. Kind of eerily so, but... the path here, the trees are a little more open. It's wider. Something's been chopping down trees. There's no sign of the trees, so something's been taking the lumber, but other than that, it's a little bit refreshing to not have a black figure following your cart.
The little things in life, right?
Yeah. Now,
does it look like a person, like humans, or something with an axe? You know,
yeah.
Dwarves, humans.
Yeah,
Not
they're clean
like
cuts.
Something split the tree with its bare hands.
Don't worry about giants. It looks like a clean cut, no roll needed.
Excellent.
And I will ask you, gentlemen, like following the incident, the tension, the escalation, what's been happening over the next sort of 15-20 minutes while the cart is moving forward? What have you been doing? How have your characters been feeling?
Shaken.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Contemplating life and death. The gods, Dryad, Tal, Moor, with stolen looks at the zealot.
Okay. Right. So
my character obviously sitting there like white knuckle grip on the thing, but you can tell he is still thinking about the giant spider whispering to itself in the distance.
Yeah, and fair enough. What the hell was that? Why were both of them talking?
Yeah, why was the spider... I think the biggest question that I've asked, I may even say this out loud, is did that spider talk to itself? Or was it talking to someone else? Like, was there the spider talking to the person riding it?
You could see something on top of it.
On the top, yeah.
Yeah. And so the spider was talking.
In all honesty, I don't want to know.
Just
Okay.
for clarification, I want to say I'm sorry for threatening you with my hammer.
Oh, it is fine.
I laugh.
It's a good hammer, by the way.
Yes, it is, right? It's, yes. You cannot see how old it is.
I am looking for something like that.
Yeah, sorry, it's not for sale. I cannot give that away.
Oh no, I do not mean that. I want my own hammer. For my trade.
What was the trade again?
Well, back home I'm a blacksmith and a carpenter. Mostly smithing though, but sort of a handyman.
And you don't have a hammer yet, you say? That's a weird thing, mate.
Well, the blacksmith there, he has his own shop, and I use his tools. And well, I did not think to, bring tools with me on this journey. And also, they are not my tools, so they are quite expensive. And one day, maybe I will have my own workshop. But we'll see.
Yeah, I also didn't take that much with me, to be honest.
I'm wishing I'd taken more and look at my very tiny knife and keep looking over my shoulder.
Yes.
I'm going to ask for one more d20, please, from whoever hasn't rolled in a little while.
I can do it.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. On the road ahead is a man stood by a tree. He steps out as you get fairly close, giving you sort of a mild spook, Lanfried, but he doesn't say anything, but salutes you with a sort of military stance. You right there?
I pull the reins to a halt.
I'll shine right at him.
Welcome to Tom. Won't be introducing myself on account of anonymity, but I'll be taking your horse and cart. You can see the walls just over there. And points you to kind of like a gap between the trees, and you can see like the edge of a palisade wall. And a tiny little bit of orange and amber poking from between it. Some lights, some signs of civilization.
You been writing some letters lately, sir?
No, don't really know how to write myself. I can read a little bit though. I'm just here to get some coin. Don't normally get involved in any of this smuggling malarkey, but a great sword with a gammy knee's got to do something to get coin, and anyway, you don't want to hear my story, and I don't want to hear yours, because that's your business and this is my business. So I'll bid you gentlemen a good day, and you'll be taking good care of yourself, and we never met, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
As you say.
He gives
have a good night then.
military salute to you, and then like realizes halfway through, he's like, "Oh, I didn't need to do that." Then,
Well, he still could.
he proceeds to fairly courteously help some of you dismount, and
I give him a full court bow until I realize I don't need to do that either.
all right then. And he slowly trots away with a horse. Right.
To civilization then.
Better than staying out here. I keep looking back down the path, waiting for the spider to come back.
Let's hope that the gates are still open.
We
Let's hope that
have
there are some lamps near here.
Well, there are shepherds here, just they're probably inside by now.
we have a livelier scene all of a sudden as the four of you creep and sneak and duck and wriggle your way through a small opening in the palisade wall. This bit's still wood, decrepit and worn, but about 50 yards from the tree line, and no one on watch. How convenient. Now, what you see in front of you is down to a d20, please. As you may have guessed, there is an element of randomness. Number 5. Right. It is a fairly strange sight. The town is more or less painted red with fire. Several buildings are currently ablaze. People are walking through the streets holding torches. People are wearing masks and dancing. It is quite an unusual and cheerful sight. There is singing and dancing, and one man who seemed oblivious initially to you stepping through the wall just sort of turns to his side. Hello there, how's it going?
Hello.
Haven't seen you before. You must have come in on the barge, is that right?
I nod vigorously.
Nice. Well, welcome to the festival. The music's quite loud, but don't mind that. It's judging by the look on your faces, it's probably your first time. I'd suggest just walk around, enjoy yourself. Don't go in any of the burning buildings. Just leave them be. Don't mind me shop back here. It's on fire, but that's all part of the fun.
What?
That's your shop on fire?
Oh yes, it's a blessing.
Nice.
The wonderful council folk pay for any reparations and any damages, so it's all on the house. It's all just to celebrate. It's rather marvelous.
What's a strange custom?
Yes, it'll probably be going down in about 10 minutes, I reckon. But I'm gonna hang around here and watch. So you fellas go on and enjoy, and well, don't forget to have fun. Oh, and if you do find yourself getting caught on fire, there's a river in the middle of the town. You can always jump in there.
To know.
Wonderful.
Where could I get an ale, good sir?
He laughs. Everywhere! There's vendors all over the streets. Have yourself fun. He starts toe tapping and looking at his shop burning down with a grin on his face.
You guys want to go to the...
How many other burning buildings are around?
Maybe 4 or 5 in total. They tend to kind of be a little bit isolated and all within this side of the river.
So does it look like the fire is contained within those premises?
Yes,
Or it's about to get wild?
Make a test. I don't know what test.
Evaluate.
Yeah, sure. Just some sort of test. Yeah, you definitely know about this. The buildings all seem isolated, and it's probably been pre-planned. Basically, all of the detached buildings, not all of them, but some of them are currently ablaze.
Well, at least they know what they're doing then, right? Setting fire to their own town.
Yes, I think these people are a bit crazy.
Yeah, but not that crazy to burn down their town. It looks like it's genuine a celebration of some sort. So, and they.
Yes, they are strange. Very, very
I'm
strange.
familiar with this festival, I think.
Oh well, I think you'll have the basics. Ah!
It's about the dragon and my ancestors.
Someone just comes right up to your ear with some music. Just freaking strumming away. Get out of my ear! Goddamn vermins! Okay. I will adjust these in the background for a moment while you roleplay. Bear with me a second. Otherwise we're going to get that.
Remember that they mentioned the rat hole, so I'm sort of just wandering through the crowd looking for the rat hole.
Okay. I assume you guys stay together.
Yeah, I mean,
for now
as we
we
move
probably
as a
are.
group.
Yeah.
They're just taking along, galloping around, looking wide-eyed.
I mean, I would take probably a pint of ale if I have the possibility to take one.
Yeah,
while,
they're street
strolling
vendors.
around.
They're basically, it's free, which is perhaps catches you off guard for a second as you go to pay. They hand you, or if you have a drinking vessel, they just pour it in from a large flask, and with a large grin on their faces, say, "On behalf of the council, woohoo!" and continue their merry jigs. Now, this search for the rat hole lasts about a minute until you are interrupted by a man holding a cone. He's using a sort of like a loud-speaking device. He's going around. You've heard him in the distance for the last minute or so, but eventually makes his way over toward you. And where the hell is he? You're not there. Oh, I made too much. This is going to be hell by the time I've made the whole campaign. Right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just gentlemen, some ladies. Hello. Welcome to the festival. Oh, won't you help? There is a dragon in the main square. If you could all head there, it would be appreciated. The council welcomes you all. Oh, save us all from the dragon. And he just kind of goes around repeating to that. You can see he's kind of lost his soul a little bit along the way.
I'll very quick will nudge the person next to him and says, "Well, do you think we should come and see? Because it might give us a little bit of a breather after what we experienced on the road. A little bit of enjoyment wouldn't hurt. And the ale is free."
I mean, I would like to know what it's about, that dragon. That sounds interesting.
He sees you conversing and then points the speaker from behind you. He's like, "There will be coin, move!"
Coin? You got me at coin. Okay.
You know, I'm hefting my purse, looking at it. Like, well,
I'm just following the crowd.
Yeah, it's easy to follow. Everyone is being herded like sheep. Oh dear, what a bad image.
Because this is a big town, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see hundreds of people basically all pouring into a square.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
maybe 100.
Free meal, right?
Yeah, maybe 100. Hundreds is probably an exaggeration, but you can probably see 100 people around you. The square's not too far away, and you head over, and there's a pretty large crowd assembled, and everyone's kind of standing, looking towards a central feature, and it takes you aback for a moment as you are all witness to a static dragon that, at first glance, looks rather real, but then you kind of take a second look and you can see some sticks holding it up, and some kids whacking at the legs. A few people dancing in a circle underneath the arms. It looks like a few candles have been lit inside the head.
I think I know this story. My father told me about my great uncle. He told me that he turned into a bear and he killed the dragon.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Got nothing.
I'll look at him sideways.
I mean, I don't disbelieve him, but necessarily, I just don't know.
I'm going to ask you all, and this is one of those rolls just to see what happens to who. I'm going to ask you all to just roll me a challenging agility test, and I'm just looking to see who does the worst. If you're wondering why you're being asked to be tested on something, it'll make sense in a moment.
I am a good candidate.
Yes!
Lanfried may just win this.
No, I'm going to win something.
You're going to win. Okay. So just as you start to converse, have we got anyone left to roll? I think we've got everyone. Yep, we've got everyone. So as you start to converse, you get this large shunt in your back that knocks you to the floor, and a large, hefty guard brushes past. Make way, make way, make way. A nobleman follows shortly after, relatively short in stature and pompous looking. Town council coming through. Another guard follows behind. Both pretty stocky men. They'd give you a run for your money, Yoris. Only these are armoured and look considerably braver. I would say you get a little bit of side-eye, Lanfried. A little bit of condescending side-eye from this noble.
I just dust myself off, and I'm a servant, so it's not the first time I've ever been knocked aside by somebody. I do I sketch my best court bow to the noble and proceed to try to make myself invisible.
Okay. One thing that catches your eye of this gentleman, rich and pompous, he has clearly a little bit of a fondness for purple. It's lots of silken garbs and an elegant pair of purple suede slippers that look unreasonably expensive, even from what a servant's seen in their life. All right. Ready? You get back up, and appearing again now on stage is this familiar man with his speaker. He now puts a smile on his face. And you can see he steps up onto what you assume is like a footstool or chair, so he's slightly elevated, and a bit of space is cleared around him by these guards, and you go see the nobleman stand sort of close by the base of the dragon. He makes a few honking noises and then kind of blows a few raspberries. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blackfire Festival! The crowd erupts in a raucous cheer. I'm going to ask you guys if you join in or not.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm going to. He's kind of looking around the crowd and looking to and smiling on his face, looking to see like who's participating. So I'm going to ask you for a leadership test, average, just to see how inspiring your cheering is.
My is gravely uninspiring.
Okay. Who? Oh, that's close. 42-32. Okay, we'll go with the lowest roll. It was close. Yoris, he clocks eyes with you and points and smiles. And give that man a damn sack of silver. Guard comes over holding like a small coin purse full of silver and gives it to you. That's more like it. And you probably see about 5 or 6 guards just like handing out like little prizes, and it looks like a little coin purse. You, on weight, probably feels like 3 or 4 silver in there. I mean, not bad. Oh, it's good to see you again. It's been a whole year. In fact, it's been 50 years. The crowd again, raucous. Let me recount the tale again. Silence falls over the crowd now. Some people start to sit down, and kind of a few people next to you are like, oh, I love this bit, it's so good. 50 years ago. 50 years ago. A dragon and the dead came out of the skies to attack us. At that point, a few people wearing like sticks for a costume kind of start like spookily dancing around the dragon. in a rather clumsy manner. Some of them children as well. And I ask you, where was our Lord? Where was our Lord at the time? He looks around the crowd to try and find someone to... Like he's got his finger on his lip. Do any of you want to grab his attention, or do you want to avoid so?
No, my instinct is avoid all attention.
I wouldn't know what to say, and I would probably embarrass myself saying something wrong. So.
Just staring at the purse in my hand. It's the most money I've ever had in my entire life, probably.
Fair enough. No one volunteers. There's an awkward silence, and then one person puts a hand up a little bit. Was he hiding? Yes, he was hiding with a lady. And points up to a window where there's now a rather awkward two silhouettes that start bouncing together, and you can hear two people doing really bad fake groans. Oh. The coward of a noble abandoning us in our hour of need. Boo! And the whole crowd boos. I'm going to ask if you participate.
Yes.
Yes.
Look around, notice the people booing, and enthusiastically boo along.
Intimidate, please, for anyone who would like to compete.
Challenging, or what was it?
Challenging.
I'll compete.
I'm just going to go with the lowest dice roll, most probably, but no, I'll go with SL. Did anyone roll well?
I think we're all.
I think Ulbrich's. Yeah, that one's definitely for Ulbrich. So,
yep.
How do you boo Ulbrich? What makes you stand out from those around you?
Shame.
yeah. He cottons on to that and is like, yes, the shame. And one of the guards heads over and hands you a little coin purse. I love you, Thorg. Sorry, not sorry. And where was that goddess Mamidia training our troops? Where was she in our hour of need? Hiding? Oh, there she is! And points up to a lady on the landing who is wearing like awkwardly fitting armour. Hello, I'm not as good as Sigmar. I got scared. Tillian, coward! And basically shouts coward. And I'm sorry to the former players. This is just,
Oh no, it's funny to see history reinterpreted.
Yeah, indeed. This is a peasant's interpretation of why the gods didn't save them. I'm sorry, bros. But actually, Thorg, this is just because I like trolling you. The crowd at that point starts chanting shame, cowardice, shame, and quickly turns to Sigmar, Sigmar, Sigmar. Anyone chanting Sigmar?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll chant it.
I'll ask you again for a charm roll.
Actually, reluctantly.
Reluctantly.
Sharp.
Yeah.
You can do it difficult if it's reluctant.
Sure.
If you're doing it half-assed. You've got some coin already though. Maybe that's distracting you. He is looking for the most hardy. If no one passes, then it's going to go to a stranger. Okay,
Sigmar,
wow.
Sigmar.
So, Yoris again, I guess. Yeah, with a +1, he's looking around and.
I'm looking like a Ulrican follower, chancing Sigmar rather enthusiastically. So maybe that's it.
Great.
Yeah. He clocks eyes with you for a second again. It's like, yo there, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from Nordland.
He puts both hands up in the air, and he loves Sigmar. Praise be to Sigmar. All the coins. And guard rushes over and gives you another little bag. Another little goodie bag. By this time, you would probably guess like 50 of these little satchels have been handed out to people in the crowd. Quite an assortment. Oh, but wait! What is this? Who will save us in our hour of need? Is it? No, it couldn't be. The Tillian Terror. And up on top of the dragon, like some guy is really clumsily trying to climb up and stand on its head. I'm going to ask one of you to roll me a agility test on his behalf.
Hold on one sec.
Whoever wants to volunteer.
I'll do it. Hold on. This is personal for my character.
Okay. Yeah. Challenging.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Okay.
No.
So he's like halfway up the neck,
like
and one of
on
his
it.
feet slips, and he just like dangles from it. The crowd's like, no, and it like latches his legs back on again, and the crowd's cheering. Rah! Eventually makes his way up to the head after like a bit of awkward gesturing, and eventually holds like a stick up high and then slams it down through the dragon's head. It has been slain! Bless you! Bless you, foreigner! Tell us, what is your name? And the guy like awkwardly tries to stand up now. I'm going to ask you for another agility test. Don't roll -6. This one's going to be one's going to be difficult.
Difficult? Oh,
Yeah.
that's even better.
Don't roll -6.
Oh, I think
Okay.
we did.
He kind of stands there for a second. Falls off. Probably falls a good 5 yards to his death. Yeah, the crowd goes kind of like awkwardly silent. The actor on stage is a bit like, Yeah! He just starts cheering. Do we have a doctor? Yeah! He like hides that in between the cheering. As like, is there a doctor anywhere?
Right.
What was that? Sorry.
I said yes.
He frantically sort of orders everyone to sort of start the carnival. Ah, Jesus! Frantically orders everyone to like start the carnival, start the procession, and then gestures for the guard to quickly bring you over to this guy. Would you like to make a medical assessment?
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with the doctor because I actually know this story and I was really looking forward to cheering, and now I'm sad.
And judging by the hate, the guy might need a priest, so I'll follow on.
That's a good point.
Average test to figure out what's going on.
Heal test? Is it heal?
Yeah. Okay. With +4, I'll let you describe to me what's wrong with him. Is he dead?
No, he probably had more luck than he should have. He pretty much landed on another person and he broke his leg, and the other person pretty sure has a dislocated shoulder, I would say.
Okay. Upon hearing the news, he's very pleased that the person's not dead.
And concussion probably. Yeah, concussion probably as well. Something like that.
Okay, he's not. This is the actor that's come over to you and is just like, is anyone gonna die? No, good. Like, just tells the guard to like take them off to their beds then, and do whatever you say. But and thanks you for your services. Ah! I thought I got all of them. God, motherfucker. And gives you a small goodie bag of coins, one of the last ones. Thanks you for your services. Introduces himself as Klaus Biberman von Bonbon.
Von Bonbon?
Von Bonbon, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that name is familiar to me as well. Doesn't his ancestor like to go halfling hunting, I recall?
We'll have a discussion about Bonbon.
Yeah, I would be
We'll have a
knowledgeable
reminisce
about
later.
Some of that, but yeah.
So thanks you for your services, and then kind of goes off to go and tend to the group of nobles that are assembled. As you've kind of gone to the base of this dragon, you get a better look at them. There are well, you count 9 impressive-looking individuals that have all had like a premier seat to this, including the purple-dressed fiend who knocked over your friend. But the crowd starts dispersing, everyone cheers, the 2 people are carried away, and you're able to give your instruction as to however many badgers need to bite them to make them better. Whatever medicine is required. Yes. So, at this point, as people have started to form a procession, you can see them all sort of leading off in a single direction. You're kind of at the tail end of it now, given that you've been providing some medical instruction. Am I right in assuming that you follow suit?
Yeah, I'll stick with the procession.
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed.
So it basically worms its way through many of the alleys, and every now and again the group stops and sets alight to another building, and they basically shout for the council, and the crowd like cheers crazily, like everyone's absolutely loving it, and then they just kind of carry on, and it's very, very, very normal in the world of Warhammer to do such things. So this carries on for like kind of 10 minutes, and on the way the street vendors on the side are basically just frantically topping up ale for anyone that's asking. There's barrels upon barrels upon barrels of ale at the ready. It's all rather extravagant and completely free. Now this goes on for a little while until you are approached by a lady during a rather comical song. For fuck's sake, I thought I'd got it. I thought I'd got all of them. Right, that's the last goddamn track. From a back alley, she beckons toward the 4 of you. Hello, boys. Having fun?
Yeah.
Reminiscing on some history, I look at her.
Yes, so much history here. So much history. I thought I would help you enjoy yourselves. Make sure you can make the most of what's on offer. A drink. And she pulls out like this little silver saucer from her purse and has like there's 6 or 7 small, like wooden shot glasses, or the equivalent. Begins to pour drinks.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Sounds like a good idea.
Excellent.
It's a celebration after all.
Actually, I rolled the wrong thing, but it's still probably going to be about the same. Wouldn't be any different.
Now, let me just pick a more...
Seems like a great person!
Not at all sus.
Not at all.
I mean, how do we get the pleasure of you giving us those drinks?
I've already taken one.
Okay. Bear with me a second. I'm just finding like a better backdrop scene. Okay, this one looks lovely. There we go. Do. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Doink, doink, doink. Oh, there's so much to do as a GM, right? So she, like, as you take it and start to drink it, she tries to, and then starts pouring another one. Right. You're not local, I can tell. This is a special delicacy. It's done a little differently. She takes it up to her eye and just proceeds to basically tilt her head back. And she this is with her hand that's not holding the tray, obviously, holds her eyelid open while simultaneously pouring the drink in her eye.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
No, I already drink it.
Well, I mean, I already drank mine. Sure, I take the next shot, and I'm like, sure, and I just do it.
Sure, excellent.
Well, if he's doing it, I'm doing it too. I mean,
Right, peer pressure.
She's
And
doing
low
it too.
intuition score.
and Choris is, by this point, he's almost in shock. Like, he's been through a horrific cart ride, came to a town that's bigger than anything he's ever been in. The city is alight, everybody's acting like insane. He get 2 purses of coin. There's free booze. He's like, I died and gone to heaven. So it's like, whatever.
Yes.
No, once I had it inside my mouth. So what does it taste like?
Oh, did you taste it with your mouth first?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I, actually. I took a sip, at least.
Acidic, medicinal, herby, and strong.
Right, then the next one is going into my eyes.
Considering that I have the background as a physician, is there any possibility I could discern what kind of medicine that could be? Like if it's tasting or smelling like that?
Do you have the law medicine you can roll?
No.
Got any laws that might be law plants? law anything? I mean, you can make an intelligence test to see if you would remember anything obvious from what you've been taught. So let's just do an intelligence test to kind of see what. It doesn't ring a bell as being medicinal, so it's probably not medicine.
I guess down the hatch it goes.
So
at first.
It'll be fine.
Just as I'm keeping a track, is it just Ulbrich at the moment that hasn't partaken?
Oh, he is partaken.
Okay, good. She looks incredibly cheery at the sight of all of you taking it, and as your vision is stinging to hell in one eye and incredibly blurry, she takes something out of her purse and rests it on your. We'll go with who was the first person to take a drink? Yoris?
It was me.
Oh, Lanfried. She places a purple scarf around your neck, Lanfried. You just get in the peripheral of your vision, in between the blurry moments of pain, this little glimmer of it. And she says, "From our mutual friend, the colour of today is purple. Oh, one last thing. Don't let me forget. It's good luck where you're going to take the shot glass and place it on your manhood." Chip chip. It smiles and giggles to herself and walks away.
I ponder what she says. I ponder the scarf. I've decided that my life has gotten way more surreal than I ever expected.
Yeah.
I'll. And is the crowd dissipating, or are they moving towards something?
The crowd are kind of moving on, but I need the first 5-second reaction while you're in pain from each person at the moment. So just if any of you are doing, yeah, okay. One of you's completely baffled. I'm baffled by why the fuck this song is loud when I stress.
Aldrich will try to blink it away.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to need 1d20, please, from someone. Let's go from Ulbrich, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
$18. Excellent. So, your vision is pretty much non-existent in one of your eyes at the moment, and you blink and blink and blink, and then you're faced with this peculiar sensation of seeing 2 different things simultaneously. You're both seeing clearly out of your right eye. Oh, and assuming the left was the one you did the shot in, you are seeing this oil painting effect of the world. In particular, more of a nightmarish oil effect. The people around you seem to be rather dead-looking all of a sudden, smiling and grinning unnecessarily, many with skulls for heads that are kind of chattering away as they're conversing with each other or just brushing past you walking.
If I close my eye, would it go away?
You have a normal eye and a fucked up eye.
Yeah, I'll close my
I have a
fucked eye.
pen. I'm gonna use a fortune to re-roll that.
Okay.
Because otherwise that means I'm gonna start screaming and running down the street with my
I was going to say a fear test for each of you, please.
Oh, I'm a cold cucumber!
Oh, be like, I've
I
done.
am the son of Santiago!
So how many drugs has he done before? Is he just having a very good first trip?
Yeah, I don't know that that's what it is. I think with everything that's gone on, I think it's more of a this is already a bad trip as far as he's concerned. So I guess it's just more of the same. But he kind of shakes his head and grits his teeth, and all of a sudden he's able to not lose his mind while seeing things he should not be able to see.
Okay, gentlemen, what are your reactions right now?
Choice is pretty much catatonic. There's so many different impressions, from euphoria to terror to everything. I think he's just what's the word they use in Watership Down? Tarn?
Right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, and how about the rest of you?
Albert is fine. He's seen it before.
They're just dreams. They're just dreams.
Yeah, he'll close both of his eyes and start praying. Maybe out loud.
Okay. And how about Friedrich?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty new for him, I'd say, and yeah, he's probably smiling all the time. And having looking if you look at him, having nearly a bit of an absent look, like he's not really there in the moment, I would say.
Okay. One thing I would say for both of you, actually, in fact, for all of you, you notice each other. All four of you look completely normal compared to everyone else.
Do I catch
any normal people in the crowd?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do I see, like, the woman? I actually specifically blink my eye and look as she's walking away and see if she looks like the rest of the crowd or not.
The woman that's walking away, she is one of those annoying figures that when you blink once, she's gone. So she's just blended into the crowd, and it's like, oh, goddamn, one of those people. Don't you hate them?
It's all my exes put together in one person.
And an angry cat as well.
Yeah. AC above.
So in the crowd, there are a couple of people that do look... There's varying degrees of normal, let's say. And varying degrees of horror. The crowd's still all kind of moving in procession, though, and their body language and posture is exactly what it was before. Perhaps more grins and slightly more a pleasure to look to them, but...
I'm going to look for the most normal-looking person I can see. Who else looks as, any kind of normal like us, but not affected by whatever this is?
So that's probably the lady right in front of you in this picture who, at first glance, you're like, yep, she's wearing a mask. The rest of her body doesn't look like undead. So you kind of walk up and... What do you say?
I sketch a bow. Good evening.
She speaks back to you in a language you do not understand. A language unfamiliar to you.
Well, like all good servants, I bluff, smile, and and nod to her because I don't know what else to do. So when in doubt, smile.
She gives you like a encouraging tap on the shoulder and like gives you a little bit of a shake as if to like, you're fantastic, and just carries on walking with a spring in her step.
I ponder this, and I can't tell if I'm trying to tell if this is the drugs or she's actually speaking a foreign language. I'm not really sure.
Lord Reichland?
Lord Reichland.
Can I hear it, by the way?
Yes, you can. It's not familiar to your native tongue. Average.
Average.
I have Norse and Wastelander.
It's neither of those.
Hey!
It's not a Reichland accent. It's probably not even a human accent.
Not even. So she's speaking some non-human language.
Pretty much.
Wonderful.
Right.
How common is the knowledge about drugs and hallucinogenic substances in the Empire?
I would say within some circles there would be knowledge, but for our current party, probably not. I wouldn't say it's common. I would maybe say that there are knowledge of drugs and recreational drugs, and this seems unusual.
Yeah.
Alright, Fox, I think I had enough of this celebration. Don't you think we should, leave them to their devices and go about our business?
The party is still going on.
After the speaking to the person that's not speaking a language I've ever even heard of before, I'm inclined to agree with perhaps we should find the rat hole.
Friedrich, as you're looking at where the group are going, you notice the sky above. The fire around at the moment seems to be somewhat subdued. Like, you can still see everything on fire, people carrying torches, but it's not as yellow as it normally is. But what does stand out is a portion of the sky over a few of the buildings in the distance are purple. There's like an emanating glow.
Oh. Okay, then I'm probably standing there, looking in the sky, not noticing that they are really going away, and maybe pointing out, tipping on some other guy with my finger and going like, "Look at the sky!"
I look up.
It matches your scarf.
I look at the scarf. I look at the sky. I rolled a 1 on a cool check. I'm walking toward the purple. This is not, by the way, actual confidence. It's that kind of I can do anything sort of feeling that you get when you made a decision that probably should have maimed you but didn't.
Joris, the normal-looking people start moving away from you. What's your reaction?
I'm moving with them, mouth agape and just eyes wide open, almost trembling.
So, you then, Joris, can roll a d20 for me, please. As the group of you make your way through. If there are ever any objections at any point as to what anyone's doing, just let me know.
Albert will catch the pace with others and ask, have any one of you ever before been here? Because I can't say that I'm local, even though I was born here.
No, but I sure as hell will come here next year again.
I laugh. I'm in the same boat, I'm afraid. I haven't been here since I was a child.
I have never been here. I don't know what to make of this place. Are all towns like this?
No, I say flatly.
In a twisted change of atmosphere, there is a dance up ahead. a strange dance. This one is occurring between skeletons. You vaguely recognise the music, although many of the notes are off key, but there is a circle, and many of the skeletons are just kind of going round and round, and 2 or 3 in the middle are doing quite some show of a dance. I'm going to ask, what do you make of this?
I'm clinging to the more dedicated persons.
Look if I can join the dance.
You certainly can.
Well, I think part of it is I'm trying to think of how the character would be acting.
I mean,
now that he's.
Yeah, okay. It looks like skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
Okay,
can.
maybe I should,
One of your
roll if
eyes still sees like what's normally there, but let's say your attention is naturally like sucked towards the thing that's freaky as hell. So, but there is this weird duality of both of them being there at once.
Maybe I'm not going to join the dance.
So you're like tempted for a few moments, like oh.
Yeah, but then I think like skeletons. No.
I'm trying to think, because this is I know how me the person would react, but I think the character is in a stoic sort of. He's realized that he's seeing things that aren't there, or that he doesn't understand. You know, he's kind of wrapped his mind around that. So it's sort of the how would I put it? It's like a beautiful mind. He perceives that these hallucinations are going on, and he just accepts that they're just, he sees it, and that's kind of, he's like, okay, there's some like knowledge that perhaps this isn't exactly what's really going on in front of him.
Okay.
Well, in the back of Albert's mind, he kind of aware that it might be something that is not happening, but then again he is kind of on edge and white-knuckling his flail handle.
Okay. I do need to check as well for each of you, just as the Stragani said, kind of openly between you, it was customary to place the remainder of the shot glass on your manhood. Now, as to whether you do or not is entirely one needs to consent. However, I do need to just document whether that has taken place or not.
I absolutely did it.
Okay.
I would do that as well.
All that nonsense. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Basically, you put on the little helmet, which is kind of what it is, let's just say, just like sneaking it into your pantaloons, and it burns like hell for a second. It's like having chili down there, and it's just like, ooh, very uncomfortable. It's not a pleasurable sensation in the slightest.
Like Tiger Bomb.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why have I been told to put Tiger Bomb there? Why?
Yes, exactly.
She did laugh after she said so, but
I am super serious. I rolled a 1. It's like the 1 on the cool check is like I'm it's idiot courage, right? It's like I'll just do it. Yes.
I could do anything. I mean, you've had a few ales as well, so it's a glorious cocktail. I'm just documenting who has and who hasn't.
I am. I'm just the opposite of him, because I rolled so badly, and I have no will of my own. I just
going with the crowd.
Yeah, do as I told and do whatever you want.
Okay, so you've all done it.
No, Albrecht didn't, because
Albrecht didn't. Okay.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
One thing is pour a little bit of some strange substance in his eye, but then the important part of his body, it should be kept safe.
It is a sacred place, and it is a strange request.
It's strange request, and while he can look cool with the eye patch, he wouldn't look any better without dick.
Oof, a nice whistle from somewhere. Okay. Right, so the group of you press on, I assume, towards this purple strangeness. Okay, that was the tension sound that was making that. I was just trying to figure it out.
100%.
Okay, bear with me just a second while I get this sound back in a non-squeaky in my ear kind of way. Lively gnome. That's good. Events. That's what we were supposed to have. That's been missing from the whole of the last...
Yeah, fire. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Bear with me a moment. Why is that one really fucking loud? Fire sound... Oh, it's because it was really high. That's why. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. I am just having... roleplay for a minute. I'll be right with you.
What is going on? What is this?
I'm not sure if I should join the dance or smack a couple of those skulls. It's
You
a
see what
natural,
I'm
I'm
seeing?
telling you. The place is cursed.
I think that what my character does, because the dance is kind of between us and where we're going, I'll slide into the circle and kind of dance my way around to the other side to get past it on my way toward the purple haze in the sky.
Okay. Okay. One more d20, please.
Can I do it?
Go for it.
Oh dear.
Marvellous.
I mean, it's not really bad, right?
Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous,
Oh, yeah.
marvellous. You go down a couple of alleys, and it doesn't take long before you arrive at a tavern. There's a sign outside that looks like a tavern. This is one of the standalone buildings that... one of the few that isn't on fire. It's beaming purple light from all of the oil lanterns on the outside. And as well as that, a strange sort of purple huey smoke is coming out of the chimney. Everyone's walking past, though. It is not somewhere where people are going into.
Does it? I look for a sign. Is it the rat hole?
You don't see anything that says rat hole. You do see a sign. It is not.
It is not.
It is another tavern.
I look around, look at the scarf on my neck, shrug, and walk up to the door and knock.
The door just kind of opens gradually, kind of creaks open. There's no one there at the entrance.
Well, beer plus drugs equals great decision making. I start walking in.
I'm following him.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
Now, the following scenes come with an age warning. If you're young, you shouldn't be watching this anyway. If you're young, you shouldn't be watching this anyway. Go sit with your parents or do something. That's your age warning. Thank you very much. The noise inside is faint at first, but as you step inside, you're like, are there people inside? Well, it sounds like a bit of a party, perhaps. It sounds like a very happy party. A very, very happy party. I'm trying to find the fucking song at the moment. I'm going to say that only one or two more times. I have just set up all of this, and pow.
Can I say something? I only see like a table inside a room right now.
You'll see more in a moment.
Okay.
You will see more in a moment. And
I've been looking at that the whole time, but I'm watching the stream, so it doesn't matter.
Cool. We're going to go with this one instead for copyright reasons. Now, let's see how fucking loud this is. Bear with me. I'm going to adjust the volume of these tracks first. You'll understand why in a moment. Okay. They're having a very, very fun time in here. I hope you can hear that at least.
Yes.
Yeah. This you seem to have stumbled upon some form of whorehouse, but the purple smoke is clearly coming from within. The question is, do you follow?
I feel like my horse is not heavy enough.
Sorry, can you repeat that for me? Did you say you've had enough?
No, I kinda, yeah, because I think I don't have enough money to afford such establishment.
Did you get a coin purse?
I did, and those are the first money I got in a couple years, so I'm clinging to them.
Okay. Who steps forwards?
I'll step forward into it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm looking for, really, but I know that I'm looking for something. I'm certain of it.
I mean, maybe it's free as well, so...
True.
Well,
Unlikely, but true.
Steamy, streamy, confirmed. Right. I don't know if that does illuminate the screen for anyone, but if not, my apologies. The two of you stepping forwards, make your way through sort of this misty room, which is separated by numerous room dividers made of purple cloth, and eventually, let's say, Lanfried, your foot kicks into something on the floor. You look down, a body.
I blink. Can I do a perception check or something to see what I'm looking at?
Yeah, it's very obviously a dead person, but the corpse is horrendously disfigured.
Is this with both eyes or just the one eye?
Just the one. But
Okay.
let's just say it's very hard to not notice that eye.
Yeah. So is it look like a normal person with the other eye?
Yeah.
They're just like asleep or dead? Like, are they obviously dead with both eyes, I guess is my question. I know that's sort of a dumb one, but I'm sort of like...
They have a strange purple liquid that's coming out of their mouth. And one thing that does strike you is that they are a guard. A familiar guard, in fact.
Wait, is that the guy that let us in?
That's the guy that pushed you over.
Oh! I blink at him. I'm gonna nudge him with my foot because I'm pretty sure that I'm on the drugs, and I'm not sure if what I'm seeing is real. So I'll kind of like touch him with my boot.
There is a little bit of moaning and groaning. He's not dead.
That's good.
As you roll him over, though, I'm going to ask for a fear test.
Alrighty, cool. Challenging?
Challenging.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not difficult.
Yeah, no, this is challenging for what you're looking at.
Oh, I'm so close.
Okay, so you take the very wise choice of stepping back slightly as you reveal more of his face. It looks like it's kind of starting to merge or meld into the shape of a horse's, but with this horrible pinkish hue to it. Very uncomfortable looking. Your eyes last a couple seconds before you're like, oh, hell no, and step back.
Yeah, no, there goes my plans to take his purse while he was out. Oh, well. Yeah, not touching that. Sorry. Nope. I'm going to nope on that.
And meanwhile, the sound effects that are coming from whatever patrons are in here are escalating. And are coming from the other side of the room behind a curtain.
Like to look behind the curtain out of curiosity. Only curiosity, of course.
Curiosity has done many things in this world, and has been the end of many cats. God Lord, one of these sounds like they're going for a shit, and I'm sorry. I'm just picking the right map for you. I fucking love this song. And this film. Okay.
It's from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, classic. Classic. Stop doing a shit. Right, who's poking behind the curtain?
Me, Friedrich.
Okay.
I'll also probably back to where he's at, away from the guard whose face is melting.
Okay.
So I'm not looking. I just back kind of into the room, like keeping an eye on the dude that's laying down out cold.
Okay. Hard? How's it going? What are you up to?
Yeah, Albrecht is kind of in between the street and the inner parts of the club.
Okay. Watching the door.
He's kind of on edge. He's very not in a good state of mind, so there is no, honest thoughts in his head.
And Joris?
He is standing near him, near Albrecht, with his fists at chest height, clenching the two purses, one in each hand. Just looking around, eyes like saucers.
Okay.
Feeling like he's fearing alone in Las Vegas.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, Friedrich, describe for me what you're doing exactly. Curtain in front of you. Talk me through.
I'm slowly walking to the curtain, and I'm making sure, now that I think of it, that I will totally have to keep that shot glass on my manhood.
Okay.
So I take one hand and hold it in place so it doesn't
just
move.
Make sure it doesn't fall off.
Else.
Yep.
And then I use the other hand and push the curtain a bit to the side and put my head through and see what's going on the other side.
Okay. I'm going to ask for a fear test from you, please. And
state which one of your heads you're poking through.
Right.
One of them's protected with a helmet currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to use a fortune point here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Never mind.
That's not better.
And I'm going to ask you for a 1d20, please. And I might give a plus or minus 1 depending on which one. Excellent. Yeah. I'm gonna do a plus or minus a couple just to make that the perfect one for you. So you see two things simultaneously. You see a woman who is currently straddled on a man through your good eye. Through your gammy eye, however, something strange is afoot. A more pink-hued skin woman with strange pink scars all over her body is straddled on top of a pile of flesh instead. That is, well, the flesh is actually currently looking at you with some assortment of teeth and a gargoyle-like face. How did that fear test go? Yeah, fair enough. -5 makes about sense. She hisses at you, the pile of flesh hisses at you, and what do you do with a -5?
I probably instantly stumble back and
Good.
land probably on my back. Yeah.
Good. I'm going to ask you to roll initiative, though. I will.
Oh, no, I'm walking. I'm backing right into him while he's doing this too. Oh no. This is gonna be
I
dumb.
look forward to this. Monsters. Right. Excellent. And I'm going to roll a. Where is your initiative, woman? Oh, it's here, isn't it? Okay.
We should never have ditched the lamb.
You have
right.
You have indeed.
It was.
You have indeed fucked up. But that's okay, this is Warhammer. Every day is a fuck up. Right, so you try to kind of... Your mind thinks, I'm going to leave, and just before your body can catch on with that thought process, she kind of jumps on you, springing relatively unnaturally from one pile of flesh to another. So she's going to go ahead and take a swipe at you as you're retreating. And what I say to you, sir, is good luck. Now, I need to just find your token, because I've done a really weird thing with tokens that I can't see. So we're going with... this is Friedrich, isn't it, that's being...
Yes.
mounted.
Yes. Yes.
Right. One... diving roll. Don't roll too well. Okay. Good luck.
So, dodge probably, right? Yeah.
You can do whatever you please, but...
I mean, I don't have a weapon out here, so dodge would be
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
the
enough.
first natural thing I try to do.
A good roll as well. Very close. 15, I believe. So she does currently win this test. I would posit that with a 2, 3... Would a fortune make you win that with a +1 SL? If someone explains the rules again to me. It would make the SL equal.
I mean, an equal SL is mostly won by the aggressor, right?
I think it always goes to the defender, is it not?
I don't know. I'm not
I'll
sure.
go with the defender rule today. Because
then
I don't remember the rules. So
Then I guess I
I
use
think
a
it is
fortune
defender
point.
gains advantage on that.
I will do so. She does have a bonus to hit you because you're feared, but that's fine.
Okay, then I'm gonna use the fortune point.
Okay. Well, the rules say otherwise. We'll override the rules for today because I don't remember what they actually are. So you narrowly dodge. Very, very narrowly. With her, like, planting a foot with it, which actually turns out to have a claw in the end, straight into the floorboard next to you, scrunching up and tearing at the floor with a hiss on her mouth and a tongue that is starting to creep out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches and just seems to keep on coming. Next person, I'll give you, Lanfried, a reaction before we come to the other two because you're the closest.
So he gets kind of like knocked. I guess, does he get knocked prone from this?
He technically dodged, so...
Oh, so he didn't get knocked prone.
A very narrow miss, though.
So after having not failed completely, utterly my horror check, or fear check, but I probably about half drawn my knife anyway. So I'm backing away. I turn around. I see whatever this is, and I think I'll make a cool check to see what I do. But
Yeah.
because I don't really know what he'll do, so I have a suspicion. There's two options. Oh yeah, all right.
Okay.
He's had enough of this nonsense. Turns around, sees what he thinks is a demon or something. I don't even know if he'd call it a demon, but he's like, oh,
At the
horror
very least,
movie.
it's a witch.
Yeah, witch. I don't think he even says anything. He just turns around, takes the knife out, and stabs it.
Okay.
As much out of fear as any other, as much out of fear and panic. Not mindless fear, but oh god, this was probably not the best idea I've ever had in my life, and tries to stab it.
Have a go.
Alrighty.
She's not engaged currently, so no outnumbering as we've only done a dodge. So let's have you stab away. Won't be able to charge within the confines of here, so let's just have your straightforward challenging roll. So let's take a swing back at you, sir. And oh, good for you. You do
I was
manage to...
going to say, I'm not sure how to click on her with the way the tokens are set up.
Yeah, indeed. It is going to be challenging. If you press Alt, does it show the Demonette's token?
Let me.
What I'll do is I'll put
I
it
think
on
I
the
can
top
see it.
left of
Oh,
the
there
map.
it is. I just saw it.
I'll put it over there in the top left corner, just so you can click on it to make lives easier. So you did technically hit with a glorious 5 damage, which goes up to 7, which is basically you nip her in the right arm, just around sort of the shoulder area, and just a small amount of like pink, oozy, gooey fluid starts dripping down. She hisses.
It's as much a shocked reaction from me as it is a deliberate attack.
Yeah. So hearing her. Now we did have Mr. Friedrich, whose technical turn it is. Over to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the hammer of my grandfather because it's like the thing that get the fastest, I would believe. And I'm gonna try to hit her, and I'm gonna try to hit her on the head.
Now we have one barrier between you and doing so at the moment, which is that fear test and the amount of shitting yourself you're doing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we could use a resolve to basically ignore it for this round. That's an option. You can take a cool test at the end of the round if you run away. They're basically your options.
Okay, I'm gonna use one resolve to at least try to hit him once. So.
Okay. So we'll ignore fear for the round, and you can take a cool test at the end. So make your swings, sir. You do count as outnumbering now, so you can have yourself.
Okay, I only have the dagger right now, but it should be the same damage. I don't have a.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna use the.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So okay. Oh no, not charging. Sorry. I have to get the. How do I get the -20 modifier? Right? Because I have the.
Just manually reduce it to 0.
The strike to stun.
Yeah, just manually delete it.
Oh, I could put it on average, right? Then it should.
Yeah, just do that instead. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
It should work then, I guess.
Okay. Now we're going to make a defensive roll. I'll do it on my other screen actually, so I'm not. So you guys have a couple of advantage already. So there is a talent in this game. Known as champion, just for the mechanical explanation first before we come to narrative, which means basically whenever she's defending, she is also swinging. So, unfortunately, your mallet swing currently is looking like an actual piece of your right leg missing. Would you like to stick with it, or...?
Well, I could I could try to re-roll it, right? Yeah,
it is up to you. We've got about 15 minutes left of the session, though, if that helps.
I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to re-roll it. And it just
oh
doesn't
dear,
get better.
I'm sorry.
Well, it just doesn't get better.
Yeah. Why is there a corruption re-roll opportunity here? Yeah. I will give you another reroll. Doesn't matter what it. I'll give you another reroll option, but your character will basically also take his condom off. There's the little voice in your head is like, just take it off. It'll be more. It would be freer if you didn't have it on. It's so restrictive. It doesn't feel right. As I say, it's a voice in your head. You can choose to ignore it.
Yeah.
Take the corruption.
I mean, the thing is, it's too much damage. I cannot take that. Yeah. I'm gonna take a dark deal to reroll it in, and take off my condom.
This is going to be one of those dark deals where I give you a corruption instead, but. Oh no! Sorry, no. Let me backtrack on that. This is just a flat-off exchange without corruption involved. This is just me hopefully getting you in a lot of trouble. Right, anyway.
Well, yeah, that appears to be more.
Okay, well, you've lost your condom and it still hurt like hell.
Yes.
I don't think you're... Okay. So it's going to be a not cold, and it's going to be a painful cut. 2 bleeding conditions and a stun condition. And could you take a hard endurance test for me, please? Not good when the doctor gets instantly knocked out. Okay. Unfortunately, it does currently seem like you're out cold. I would say it's up to you if at any point you want to negate a hit with a fate or a resilience or such. But
if he's unconscious and bleeding, he will bleed out.
Yeah, unless someone comes in to save him. Yeah.
I could take the unconscious off of me if I use the fate? Or...
I think you could technically remove the unconscious with another resolve, because you can remove a condition with it.
Yeah, the resolve.
So next round you can kind of bring yourself back to life to heal yourself with the resolve.
Okay, so I'm gonna take -1 resolve now, and then I don't get the unconscious.
Yeah, you could do that, so you stay up. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you will be on 0 wounds with 2 bleeding conditions, so let's come to your fear first. So would you like to make me a... would you like to make me a test? A cool test, please. Sorry. My brain went poo-poo for a second there. Challenging, yes. You are currently battling with her.
Okay, I'm not rolling.
Yeah, your brain says run, your body says run. And
but your body can't run.
And your body, yeah, there are very mixed emotions right now, and you do feel a little bit of trouble. So as far as I understand the bleeding rules now, because we're on 0 wounds and there's 2 bleeding conditions, we basically roll a d10, if I understand this correctly, because we have a 20% chance of bleeding out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's if you're unconscious.
Is that only if you're unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, the damage now from the bleeding would knock you unconscious. So what we'll do is we'll just say that you did the resolve after you went unconscious and took the bleeding, if that makes sense. Well, but then you would have to do the roll. What a conundrum. Well, basically, you've avoided the chance of dying, but the bleeding's gonna knock you out again. If that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not particularly charitable, I'm afraid, but I'm trying to follow the rules to what I can.
Session
So
one
you
death.
avoided a 20% chance of death, but now you're out cold. Your party has 2 advantage, I believe, thus far. Because you did successfully dodge, and we do have a successful attack, so that may come in handy. Now, the other 2 of you will have heard these grunts and groans, so what would you like to do?
I think it's time to assess the situation and weigh our options.
Yep.
So, a fear test.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We may have to change the song a little bit. Okay, Ulbrix.
I will roll to see what happens. But I will use a resolve.
Okay.
I have 5, by the way, I noticed.
5?
It said 4. I did the 4-2 split, but I have 1 extra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have an
Because of
extra
a
one,
talent,
too.
yeah.
No problem.
I will use 1 because this situation is so fucked up and so alien to me at this point that I just went from petrified straight through to the other end and just a complete detached sanity comes over me now, and I'm just like, well, what the fuck is this? It's fighting time.
The Nordlander takes over. Fair enough.
It's Morbin time.
Okay, so what do you do, Joris?
Probably. How far is the
I would say
stuff?
you could run in there and make it to combat with a run. It's not that big a building.
Then I will clench the 2 silver purses sort of knuckle dusters
Nice.
and charge in.
Yep.
That will give me an advantage, maybe.
Sure, you're running in from the door. I might ask you just for an easy athletics roll, just to not trip over a table or something and get through there. We'll make it easy though.
Okay. Athletics easy.
I'm going to give you that little bit of a momentum for the group because you need it. Okay, so you don't fall over. You manage to make your way through. You're able to contribute.
And I will. Hey, where's the? There's no chart. Oh, I can't. I don't see any tokens, so I can't target anything.
Oh, okay. Well, just do your roll, and I'll do a roll.
Can you toggle the combat state?
Sure. Because I haven't done an active encounter.
Yeah. It wasn't letting me target very easily.
There you go. That might fix it.
All right.
Right.
Fire. That's 10. Then it should be 20, I think, because of.
And your group currently has 2 advantage, so you're nearly up to your 3rd for a thing.
It should be this.
Okay. A pretty decent roll, and a counter roll from her. Don't roll too well, lady.
Wait.
You succeed. And this is a melee brawling with an improvised weapon, if I understand. Do you have strike to stun?
No.
Okay.
I have. Nope.
No, someone does in the damn party, but I can't remember who.
Yeah, I have. That's why I
Okay.
targeted the head.
Not anymore.
Okay. Well,
technically I still have it.
you're in there, you have engaged, you have successfully struck her. Do we have any idea how much damage that's going to do? Are you grappling, or are you just attacking?
I'm just straight up trying to knock the thing out.
Okay.
So that's strength +4, so that's 7.
Okay.
Something.
Okay. Well, she's
plus whatever the silver things do.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a bonus damage for the silver. Just, it's cool. Okay. She definitely looks hurt. You've managed to at least dislocate her jaw, but she seems to kind of move in a somewhat snaky-like manner. You get the impression that dislocating a jaw is not really going to be enough to put a lady of such caliber out of action. Now we have Erhard. Ulbrich, sorry.
Looks like Ulbrich will be spending his resolve point to overcome his fear.
Okay.
And then join in a melee.
Okay. I'm going to ask you for that easy agility test, just to jump over a couple of tables and not trip over the body and run through a smoky room, and just.
It still looks like it doesn't allow me to roll from my sheet. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, I will roll D100 and it should be against 68.
Absolutely fine by me. That is perfectly sufficient in order to get you there. Now, what are you doing?
Well, I happen to have a flail in my hand, and I intend to
I have a flail. Okay. What we'll
now
do...
she has a flail.
Is I'll if you roll a D100, I'll attack with the flail and then edit it to whatever you put. Okay. Just so it does some of the maths for us. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'll use my fortune point to roll it. And that should be 1 SL.
Okay, so that is 55. So I gave you a charging bonus as well. That's a crit.
55.
That is a good time to get a crit. And you also have distract as well, so That's also an option. And you've given her 2 bleeding conditions. And a stunned, take a hard endurance test or gain the unconscious condition. I'm going to ask one of you to roll her stun test. You're rolling against a 30, so please roll 30 or higher. Who would like to roll? Who's on the floor? Friedrich, would you like to roll a D100, please?
Funny thing, I'm rolling pretty high today, but I'm probably gonna roll low now, so...
Yes, as standard. The good news, though, is that with 9 damage plus the critical damage of 3, which is 10, 11, 12, she is...
If she has 0 wounds and bleeding, she will fall unconscious anyway.
Yeah, I'm just having a look. A minus 20 endurance test. She does actually go unconscious. She has technically 2 wounds left, but she's now unconscious. So with a clean swing, you're able to just basically knock a clean hole into her sternum and see her chest cage collapse in on herself as she falls to the floor. And she's wriggling and writhing and clearly not kind of dead and not kind of, well, she was never really alive, maybe, anyway. Witch, burner. Yeah.
The witch?
By the way, all of you, quite apparent that one of your friends is on the floor leaking. You have 1 round to try and save him before his next death roll. Actually, who's going first? Because we're technically still in combat. Lanfried.
I think it's me, yep.
Yeah, you're up first before his death roll, so...
I'm going to try to stabilize him, but what would that be?
Average dex, I think, to bandage.
He was intelligence, isn't it?
He has intelligence, yes.
Yeah, I think they made a separate bandage rule, but you can do that. That's fine too.
Well, I'm not terribly bright. I guess I'm not an idiot, but is it dex or intelligence? Intelligence?
I'll permit a dex this time because I'm sure that was a thing for just bandaging, not for healing, but just for removing bleeds.
I mean, I can roll the intelligence. I might not even know what I'm looking at. Challenging or difficult?
It's average.
Average?
Yeah,
okay,
average.
Got it. Let's see what happens.
You need 2 SL, which
Looks
you
like
get.
I got.
And what piece of clothing or what item from your nearby surroundings?
The purple scarf that I have around my
the
neck.
purple scarf, fantastic. Okay.
I unwrap it and immediately start tourniqueting.
Yeah. Okay.
Limb.
Fantastic. One thing I would say is that she did also scream out in agony, which is of note, perhaps.
Clock her with a flail.
Okay.
In the middle of a whorehouse.
Gentlemen,
I think it's our signal to get away.
You are alive. There is some groaning going on from behind the curtains still. Where I don't know if you actually saw behind the curtain, Lanfried, but there's basically some gargles and groanings coming back from there. Not lady sexy noises, but other more masculine noises.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've lost all interest in this place.
I am 100% focused on, because bear in mind I basically backed into this, turned around abruptly, and sliced this woman, demon, witch thing.
Yep.
You know, I just kind of whirled around, and it's oh crap, and then I cut her, and then this is all chaos. I don't even think I saw into the room because they kind of stumbled out into the area that we were in. So I don't know. I'm focused on the medicine. The other people can have their. I'm oh shit. I'm busy wrapping up his arm to make sure he does not die.
So we've got someone doing some medicine. Joris and Ulbrich, what are you up to?
I think we should take that body with us, of our comrade, and scurry away, because I don't keen to know what else is here.
Yep, I'm with him.
Finish up wrapping that hand and let's go.
Trying to get the fuck out of here.
Okay. You grab You start to make noises and movements toward leaving, picking up your comrade after he's been stabilised. That takes just a few seconds to kind of get the worst of the bleeding under control. It's relatively easy. Just apply pressure here and there and tie something incredibly tight. One thing that does happen during those few seconds is a hand from behind the curtain kind of starts to kind of creep its way out toward you. That's the only thing of significance.
A hand. Is it attached to something?
Yeah. It's kind of the rest of it's on its way, but it's kind of like if you imagine a hand that had been poured in boiling beef broth, and then kind of mixed a bit with another hand, like a flesh monster.
Yeah, meat puppet.
Yeah, a meat puppet. A meat puppet's hand. It's kind of gross. Well, seeing as Lanfried asked, did Lanfried look?
I do. I mean, I look right at it because I see motion. I look.
Okay. There's a very nice ring on the finger of this horrible-looking hand. A very shiny, pretty-looking ring.
Let's see how I react to this. You know what? I don't know why it's having me fight against myself. I'm not certain. Yeah, no, okay. I am gonna back out of there as fast as I can get. Like, I'm done with all this. Like, I mean, the fear, move away from the object of fear thing is kicking in for him now that he's been jumped by a prostitute witch, and just watched her get smacked with a flail. He's got a bleeding dude. I think he's hit overwhelmed at this point.
Okay.
So I'm backing away real fast. It might be shiny, but I'm not that brave.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, you carry your comrade and make your way into the darkness of the night. Or what little darkness there is within the parade of flaming torches. And make your way toward the rat hole. Well, hopefully, after a long day and a bit of stress, you will get some rest. Thank you very much for playing. That concludes day one.
Yes.
You're alive! Congratulations!
Barely, but yay.
Much to our shock.
Champion is a horrible ability.
Do we get corruption from that encounter?
Yes, you do! Well remembered. You get all the corruption. It's only moderate. If you could all click resist for me, please.
With endurance or with cool?
I will ask for your rationale as to which one.
It's a physical encounter, right?
I feel like it's a bit more physical. Yeah. Like, there's enough mental too, but like flesh monster demonette, pretty physical. So
yeah, I'm gonna.
There you go. Yeah, let's go with that endurance roll. Well done, well done, well done, well done. I don't know what you're worried about. You'll be fine.
I'm like our former halfling, a champion among.
You are not phased.
Species.
So we have a second group that are going to be playing next week. A separate party, doing their own business within Tahme. Who they are and what they're up to, we will find out soon. But I'd like to thank all the players. I'd like to thank all the audience. I'd also like to take 2 or 3 minutes if anyone in the audience has any questions or any chatty sort of things they want to ask any of the players about the characters, or if anyone just wants to say anything. We've just got a couple minutes to chill. Any concluding thoughts from players? And it's not me asking for praise, it's just me asking for where you, and maybe even where your character's mind is right now.
Well, that was first Alberic's visit to a brothel, and he wouldn't.
It was as bad as they warned about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom's stories about that place is true.
Yeah, exactly. They really are monsters.
Joe Buck from Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full-time boy coming to a big city. Just, if this is how it is, then he's going home.
It's time to leave. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, absolutely.
I think my character's more confused than anything. Like, this is just, it's very much the feeling of From Dusk Till Dawn, where you think you're in one movie and you turn out you're in another.
Yeah, I don't really know what movie you guys are in. So, it's a very, very strange movie. And we got through. I did think at a point, I was like, "Damn, will we make it through the things that I put in place?" But it actually kind of timed out just about perfect. So, well done. Well done for surviving. Well done for getting the stupidest cart driver with the least useful help.
We had almost nothing helpful came from that guy.
Yeah.
Would other car drivers actually drive the wagon for us?
None of them would want to, I would say.
Okay.
Just so you can get a sort of a window into my mind, just because maybe sometimes that's useful as a player to know. So I would put as a default they wouldn't, but you could always ask or force or pay. So anything is possible. But for that situation in particular, people shouldn't be travelling at night. People shouldn't even be travelling by the road that goes through the woods. So it's kind of a smuggler's suicide run if you really need the coin. Just remember to take a lamb.
Yeah, I mean, clearly that was the correct. To be frank, I was waiting for you to have the spider just decide that it was done waiting.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason as to why it doesn't just attack on sight everything. But
I'm sure there is. But the amount of procrastinating and arguing we were doing, I'm like, we're going to argue ourselves to death.
I will say that it was on the line of the spider probably just like spitting on the horse or something, and then just kind of death fire attrition. Yeah. But you've done great. You've done great. You're still alive. You're still around. One of our players needs to heal up a little bit, and he's got.
I mean, the good thing is I have a healing drought, so I can use that.
Oh, perfect. So basically, next session we'll start with you guys going to the rat hole, and the other group will be. It's kind of hard to say exactly, but they'll be doing their thing. Nice work with the crit as well, Ulbrich. That was very nicely timed. Knocking her unconscious was literally kind of life-saving. So that was a very, very good timing. We didn't use any resilience or fate, which was great.
That comes later usually.
Yeah, well, I did think there was a possibility for today, but... It
was close.
It was close. It could have been. Like you walked the tightrope and you got away with it. So well done. I like that. I like a bit of stress and tension. In terms of experience, the rules for this campaign, you get 150 for the session because you smashed it. You can do it on any of your character stuff that is attached to your character. However, with an additional rule that if you did something that's not on your skill set within the session that you thought was of some significance, so let's say like you see something that you rolled very well or you were particularly brave, I'll allow you to put a point in that for the normal cost, as if you were... this is for skills, not attributes. So if, for example, you borrow someone's black powder weapon and they give you a lesson in session, you can use that instead of a trainer, just kind of so you guys know what's going on. I'm sure all the viewers don't need me to explain all of the minutiae, so we'll just crack on and be nerds. Please make sure to leave a comment, guys. Fantastic to have you here. Love to have feedback, and sorry for a few of the dilly-dallies with me trying to set stuff up. There's just too much shit and piss, and I need to kind of still jumble around. I was literally preparing this 10 minutes before I was doing it, so still lots to kind of iron out, but yeah, thanks for bearing with. Please make sure, like, subscribe, leave comments, do all the YouTube things that you should do. Slap like, and stay away from flesh monsters, and
good advice. Yeah, advice.
And the colour purple just generally will lead you to trouble in life. That's something to keep in mind. Have a wonderful evening, and a very Merry Christmas as well to everyone for a couple of days' time.
Merry Christmas.
So, Merry Christmas, and see you same time next week. And oh my god, do these tokens look awesome. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.